Cheers. How you doing, guys? You okay? I don't know how this is going to go tonight. This is kind of really unplanned. You know, when I do the streams, I put a lot of preparation into them with all the competitions and things. And I was speaking to somebody today. I was out with my dog, walking the dog, and I was speaking to somebody. I won't mention any names at the moment, but I was speaking to somebody and I said, you know what, I'm really, really bored today. You know, the UK is so boring. I'm just not in the mood to go and sit in front of the TV. And somebody said, the guy I was talking to said, why don't you do a live stream? And I said, no, I did one 2 days ago. And he said, go on, just for a laugh. And I said, I don't think anybody will watch. I haven't announced it or anything. And he sort of said to me, he said, well, you got nothing to lose then, have you? So I thought, well, okay, I'll have a beer and do it all casual. And I got 43, 47 people in now. That's amazing. But we'll see how it goes, guys. Well, I can only work with the comments here. We'll see what everybody's saying. I'll say hi to everybody. Like I say, it's going to be very, very casual today. If it goes well, who knows? Maybe we'll get an hour out of it. If it doesn't go so well, maybe it's just half an hour. The other reason I got talked into this is because, you know, I've had this ongoing problem with my internet and it drives me crazy. It really does when it goes. I think I found a workaround for it now, because my internet is very, very good, but it just kind of drops out for a minute, half a minute now and again, maybe twice a day. And when you're just working on your PC for 7 hours, if it drops out for 30 seconds twice a day, but you've normally got high speed, you're not really bothered. But when you're in the middle of a live stream, you know, like the other day when it dropped out, I had 340 in, it dropped out. I came back a minute later and I'd lost 100 people, and you just don't get back into it. So I've got a workaround. What I've done, I'm doing it. I'm on my phone, but I've told it not to pick up any Wi-Fi from my house. It's a real fast connection. And as I say that, I'm looking at the screen. The picture's terrible. Maybe I'll have to go back to the regular one then. Okay, hang on. Bear with me. Wi-Fi. Yeah, this I thought it would be good. It's not that good, is it? Let's go for. Okay, am I back? Right, okay, guys. Yeah, thanks for sticking with it. I just that obviously didn't work, did it? I tried. What I tried to do was I tried to work off my phone, but the picture went terrible. So I've gone on to my regular connection now. Hopefully, it'll come back. I'm just looking on the other screen, which is a bit delayed. Let me just refresh that. Are we back? Yeah, Danish Bacon says much better. I can't see it on the other screen yet. I'll get into it in a sec. No, I don't know what's going on here. Well, I don't. There we are. Right. Okay, guys. Okay, let's. That was a bad idea, wasn't it? So one of the reasons to do this stream today, I want to clear up this problem with my really bad internet. It's driving me crazy, and I thought I'd got a workaround on the phone. It all worked well on the test this afternoon or later today. Obviously, that doesn't work, so I've come off that now, and I'm on the regular connection. Hopefully, this will be stable. Okay, let's say hi to a few people if you've just come in. We've got over 120 people in. I'm surprised at that. So, Lieutenant Columbo's Glass Eye. What a wonderful surprise this Sunday evening is. It wasn't for me, mate. When that internet goes down. Danish Bacon. I thought you'd be in because you're in a lot of streams, aren't you? Black Bolt. Hi, good to see you in, buddy. I must stop saying that, buddy. Why do I keep saying that? Right, Dutch Falang. Yeah, Sunday night surprise. Danish Bacon. Hey, Dutch Up, you're saying hello to somebody else. Brian Street, Sunday, my God, it is Sunday, Brian, but what would we be doing? We'd be sitting in front of the TV, wouldn't we? Doing not a lot. Ben, good evening to you, sir. How are you? Neil M, is it? Good evening. And I must say hi to Noel as always, because I know he'll listen to this at some point. Paul Falcon, hi from Berlin. Guideline 7, hi, Peter. You're in the chat. That's good to see you in. Peter Bailey, good morning from Australia. Mike Sands, hi to you. I'm going to go really slow because, guys, if you just joined us, I've got nothing prepared tonight. This is just kind of a test stream. I can only work off these comments now. And if I run out of them, I'm going to be in the crapper, as it were. Mr. Damon, how are you? Yeah, you're right. You know why I'm laughing. Ryan, have I said hi to you? I have. Seamus Doherty, hi, how are you? Hi, Peter, you must have been bored. I was just saying that, Seamus. A couple of reasons for doing this tonight. One, I just wanted to see what kind of response I'd get on a Sunday night. Two, I wanted to see what kind of response I'd get if I didn't really announce it long term in well into the advance. I only put it up half an hour ago. And the main reason to do it was I thought I'd cracked my internet problem. I was going to use the phone. That went tits up after literally 5 minutes. I'm back on the regular connection. At the moment, all is well, all is good in the world. And we've got over 100 people in, so I'm pleased with that. And I'm having a beer. So cheers, guys. Sunday night. Okay. And this is a perfect time. If you've got any questions or anything you want to know, tonight is a perfect time because, like I said, I haven't got anything prepared, no competition or nothing. So I'm just going to chat, see how it goes. Omar, it's poor right now. You're blurred. That'll be an old message, Omar, because it's okay now. Right, Gary Russell, hi to you, my man. Michael Gallagher, hello, Peter. I wouldn't go that far, Michael. Very, very, very flattering of you. But do you know what I said on Friday? I can't believe I'm doing this just 2 days later, and there's guys actually watching. Damon, this is a great, lovely surprise. Sunday night special. Well, is it, Damon? Is it a surprise to you? Come on. All right, cat's out the bag. Shinrana, how are you doing? Yeah, that was a interesting message we had today. Was it yourself? Yeah. Hey, Peter, what a nice surprise. David Russell, hi. Scott, 1977, a nice surprise, a live stream. Yeah. Bob J, hi, Peter. Great to watch it on a Sunday night too. Do you know, I do the streams on Friday. I used to do them on a Saturday night. And then the reason I changed to Friday was because Saturdays is kind of right in the middle of your weekend, isn't it? And whereas Friday, you can do it on a Friday night and it's gone then. And I thought about doing it on a Sunday night, but I still work, and Sunday's kind of a relaxing night, but I'm not working this week. You know, if you don't know what I do, I'm kind of retired now. Apart from this YouTuber, I drive a minibus for the council. I pick up half a dozen special needs children. It takes me about an hour in the morning. I drop them off at a special needs school. I park up for the day. I go out at 3 o'clock and get them from school, and drop them all off again. And it gets me out of bed in the morning, gives me a couple of hours something to do. And the money's quite good as well. But I'm going to probably knock that on the head in July. So I don't know, maybe Sunday nights would be a better night. You'll have to let me know. Obviously, there's a lot less people in here than what there normally is, but it's early days, and I'm really surprised that there's this many in, 138 at the moment. That's good. But I'm actually really nervous because of this internet. I'm just looking at the screen again, and it's still okay, but it's not perfect. I'm going to call the internet company up again, and I'm going to threaten to leave them. I'm just going to say, look, I can't have this. This is, I just can't have my internet going down. Makes me very nervous. Right, Alan Hunter. Hi, Peter. QQ, what kind of visa will you apply for? Alan, I'm going for the work permit. The reason being is because I am actually going out to Thailand to retire, but because I do YouTube, it's classed as work, and they're very, very strict in Thailand now. It's not like the old days where it was kind of ducking and diving. They do catch people, and they do set people up. And the story I mentioned many times in the past was there used to be some guys working in Phuket. They ran dive shops, you could go diving with them, and they were all on retirement visas, or they used to nip out the country. They weren't on work permits. One of them upset somebody. They looked into his visa background, and they discovered he was on a tourist visa, and they got him out, and they thought, well, let's see what all the other dive shops are doing. And I know it's only a matter of time until there's a lot of YouTubers in Thailand who say a lot more than probably they should do. And I know it's only a matter of time till one of them will say the wrong thing, and he'll upset somebody, and they'll say, well, let's have a look at these guys who do YouTube because it's classed as work. And, I'm not going to be blacklisted and thrown out the country. So that in answer to your question, I know that's a long way of answering, but I'm going to go for a work permit. And something else, guys, I don't know if I've put it in here tonight, but Simon and I, with Simon, my partner, business partner, we've actually set up the website now to, if you need any kind of visa at all, let me just see if I've got the, I won't do it now because this is a very casual thing, but we've got a, what do you call it? A website called eVisa now, and we can get you any visa you want. We don't do it. We're the middlemen. So all we'll do, there's an online application form. So you'll go on the website. It'll ask you what kind of visa you want. You want a student visa, study visa, marriage visa, immigrant A, O, OX, the whole lot's there. You fill out the form. you have to provide documents, and then that gets passed on to the agent who we trust because we know him. We've known him a long time, and he does all that. There'll be price. We'll give you individual price and everything. So you don't need 800,000 in the bank. You don't need 65,000 a month. You know, I don't do it, and a lot of my friends don't do it. So if you want more information on that, contact me later. And as always, there's the email address. Now, I tell you what I did forget on Friday. Do you remember I said to you I found this, one of the viewers sent in a link to a documentary, and I said I'll put it up at the end, and I totally forgot. I think most of you managed to find it, but what I'll do, I'll write this down now. I'll just put link, and I'll put that somewhere prominent, and hopefully at the end of this stream, I'll just make sure I've still got that here. Yeah, I've still got it. So what I'll do, if you haven't seen that documentary, it's quite a good documentary. It's about an Australian guy. He meets a bar girl. She's a bar girl, but she's real nice to him, and you know he gives her more and more trust until he ends up. She takes control of his finances because she trusts him. I won't tell you anything more than that, but the ending's terrible. It's terrible. And if you've never been to Thailand and you think, you know, Peter exaggerates a bit, I don't think these bar girls are as bad as he makes out. Watch this video and then tell me that. So let me just put that there. Right. Okay. I shouldn't forget that now. Right. Okay. So I'll hopefully I'll remember, guys. And if I at the end when I'm saying okay, that was okay. If I forget to put it up, just bang it out there quick. Put the link in because I've got it ready to go. Right, Damien. This is great treat. Fair play, Peter. Well, do you know what? There's no pressure on me tonight, Damien. It's really strange. Like when I do live streams, I get very nervous at the beginning. I got everything prepared. I make sure I write news stories, Ladyboy competition, all this. I don't know how it's going to go. There's over 150 people in now, so very surprising. But we'll keep going. We'll keep going. Right, let's say hello to a few more people. Yeah, Danish Bacon, you're saying much better there. If the connection stayed like this, it would be fantastic. But yeah, and it is a good internet, but every now and again it'll just go. If it goes, guys, hang on in there. I will be back in 30 seconds. Right, Stephen, pixelated. That's an old message so that I can see what you guys are seeing over there now. Okay, Bernard Purcell, is it? Hi all. Andrew W, that would have killed your data plan on the phone. Maybe it's better it didn't work. No, the thing is, Andrew, I prepare for these sort of things. I've got, I think it's 100. I've got a SIM only deal, but because the internet's so important to me, I listen to audio books when I walk 5 miles a day, 3 to 5 miles a day. I listen to audio books. I listen to YouTube videos. I watch a lot of YouTube on my phone when I'm doing different things. Even when I'm in the garden doing stuff, I listen. So I have to have a big package of internet. So it would have been fine. I can stay on the internet on my phone all day, every day, and I won't go over my limit because I've got a real good deal with the. But I won't be with E much longer if this keeps going on, you know. To be fair though, my wife, my Korean wife, she's upstairs now watching her Korean movies, so that doesn't help the connection either. Right, good evening. Managed to catch you live, buddy. Sheila. Okay, Boom POW84. I wonder which Sheila that is. I know a couple of Sheilas. I was talking to a very interesting girl. Sometimes people contact me through the channel, and you know, sometimes some people aren't so nice and other people are nice enough. I've been talking to this girl. I've got to try not to give too much information about her now, but I do have some women who listen to the stories and they watch the live streams, but they don't come in because, you know, they don't want to. They've got jobs where they don't want people to know they're watching this sort of stuff. Maybe I said that wrong, but I think that you know what I mean. And there's a girl, and she's I won't tell you exactly where she's from, but she's actually an Asian. She's an Asian, but she lives in the north of England, right in the very north of England. And she's, I'm telling her story next Saturday. It'll be available tomorrow, actually, for the silver and gold members. But it's one of the stories, the first story, actually. She's a lady on lady. She went to Thailand and had a relationship with a Thai girl. And after she told me the story, I've had quite a few conversations with her by email. Very, very nice. And I said to her today, I said, look, why don't you come on and I'll do an interview with you like I did with the American lady, you know. And I showed her that. And she says, yeah, I caught that. That was a good interview. But she said, I'm just a bit afraid because of my job. I don't want my colleagues to see me talking about this stuff. I'll wear a mask if you like. And I said, no, it won't work with a mask. But somebody else I'm trying to get in, I don't know, you've seen him in the stream a few times, a guy called Shane Old Traveller. He's in Australia, and we did a kind of test this afternoon, but it was terrible. Shane didn't have one of these mics. It was on his laptop, so it was picking up all the echo in his room. It wasn't very good, and he had to sit real close, so you know I could see like this much of him in front of the camera. So I've told him how to improve his picture and sound and everything, and I'm going to hook up with him, and he'll be a guest. And you know, if you want to be a guest on the stream and come in for half an hour, if you've got something interesting to say, about your travels to Pattaya, then yeah, get in contact and we'll hook up offline first, and we'll talk about it and we'll see. Right, boom, is it POW or Poor? Boom Poor 84. Good evening. Oh, I've read that one already, haven't I? Let's go down to some new ones. Michael DiCaprio, hi from Swansea. How you doing, Mike? Is that really you? Wow, I wish I had a body like that if it is. Hi, James Duggan. Oh, that's it. Rub salt into our wounds. 48 hours, and I go. I'm flying to Pattaya. 48 hours. What are we tomorrow? Monday, Wednesday night. You'll be out in Tree Town. Lucky you. I see Thailand's backtracking, and once again, aren't they? You know, all this talk about the 1st of June, they might cancel the Thailand pass, and it's out the window now, isn't it? They're talking about 1st of July, and I'm sick of it. I'm absolutely sick of it. You know, I mean, I just wish it would all go away and we could all just buy a ticket and go to Thailand like we used to. Paul Falcon, casual Sunday, only t-shirt, not the normal polo shirt. Yeah, I thought I'd do that, Paul. Look, I've got a t-shirt on, but it's yeah, that's what I normally wear. I only put the polos on when I do streams or I'm going out or something like that. Right, Damien, did I read that one out? I did, yeah. Ricky E, Sunday 2 p.m. here, but where is here, Rick? Right, go hopping. Hi, Peter. Looks like a good response. Yeah, 187, and that's not bad, is it, considering it wasn't announced? I thought you were going to contact me because we were going to do something, weren't we? I did one on yours, and you were going to come on here. You know my email address, so get in touch, mate, and we'll, unless you don't want to do it. But right, McLaren F1 racer. I was watching an F1 stream and saw Peter was on. LOL. Blimey, that's good. Deke the trucker. It's the usual suspects, isn't it? So nice to see you guys all here. Hi, Peter. I thought I woke up still drunk from Friday night, and you're still on. Well, you say that joking. That one with me and Ed Sweeney, we did a 5-hour one. You know that you probably would have thought it more then. No, it's just a casual. I'm going to repeat this just once more. I was out with my dog tonight. I was on the phone with someone, and I said, you know what? I'm really bored today. It's Sunday. My daughter's gone back to uni. I've got nothing to do. That my prospect for the evening is sitting in front of Netflix. I thought, you know, I'm really bored. And this person said, why don't you do a live stream? And I said, no, I can't do another one. I just did one on Friday. It'll be too much, because people say to me they get fed up of YouTubers who put too much content out there. So I try and just do a little bit, you know, Friday night stream and maybe 1 or 2 videos in the week. But some people do lots of streams, and they've said to me, oh, it's too much. I get bored. So, but he said, go on, give it a go. You've got nothing to lose. And I thought, well, okay, then I'll give it a go. But like I say, I haven't got anything prepared. I've got no competitions or anything. I haven't even got the, what do you call it, the currency rates. So, but it doesn't matter. We'll just carry on like this. And you've never seen me have a beer this early in the evening, have you? Wow, we're creeping up to 200 now. Will we hit 200? I'll be very pleased if we do. Right, what else? Let's have a look. Anyway, Deke, nice to see you in here. You look a very happy chappy there. Right, yeah, any news on the book name? I have got, I know what it's going to be called now. Right, somebody said to me, look, Peter, it's really important that you keep the title Thailand Bound in it, because, you know, that's your brand. When I say brand, I'm not a business as such. It's a YouTube channel. But my followers know Thailand Bound. So let me just, I have got a name for it now. It's the second part of the story that tells them. I've just got to look for an email that I sent Andy, who's helping me with it. I've just got a new version of, right, hang on, let me just put his name in. There we are, right. I'll tell you exactly what the book's going to, right. It's going to be called Thailand Bound, Tales of Love and Loss in the Land of Smiles. That's polite. Guys, if you suggested a name for the book, thank you very much. I really sincerely mean it. But some of them weren't suitable because I'll give you a few examples. Some of them had the word Bangkok in it. So that just condenses it into one city, Bangkok, which it's not. It's all over Thailand, is it? Some of them were a little bit rude. Some of them were specific to only talking about bar girls. And they were kind of really Pacific, although some of them were very good. And this one, because it's got the name of the channel, Thailand Bound, the second part of it, you know, every book has got a title, then a brief summary. So Thailand Bound, Tales of Love and Loss in the Land of Smiles. What else? You don't need to say anything more than that, do you? That's self-explanatory. It's polite and it gets to the point. Right, Stephen, making me drink now, Peter. Always got to have a beer watching. I'll take the gun away from your head, okay? Meryl Maynard, how reliable do you believe the compulsory health insurance is for expats in Thailand? Do you trust those companies have heard they drop Farangs who get seriously. I don't trust them at all. I think it's a total con. I think it's all set up just to extract cash from you. I really do. Because look what happened to me when I was there. I got tested positive. I was in the hotel room and I wrote to the hospital and I said, well, here I am. Are you coming to get me in the ambulance? You know, unclean, take away your dead and all that. And I didn't even get an answer from them. So I phoned the hotel reception. I said, look, I thought I had to go 10 days into quarantine. But then I hear stories from other people that, you know, well, when I was staying in Soy the last week I was there. I seen ambulances pick foreigners up. You see some poor bloke in the back of this ambulance with his suitcase. He looked miserable. It's like he was going to, you know, the Bangkok Hilton or somewhere. So in answer to your question, I think it's all a big scam. I really do. I really do think it's all a big scam. And, well, that's a bonus. Damien, let me put that up. I wasn't expecting that tonight. Right, great stuff, Peter. Feels like another Friday night again. Brilliant. Groundhog Day. Yeah, thanks, Damien. You're very generous. You really are. Right, you got another one there. I wish I was in Thailand in the early 90s when you were there. I've seen pictures from the 90s on the internet, but what was it really like? You know, it's like I said before, I think people get a bit fed up of hearing about the good old days, don't they? Because if there's a guy who's only been going out to Thailand for 3 years, he doesn't want to hear this, you know, oh, when I was out there in the old days. But I mean, briefly, it was different. I think I've mentioned before, Nana Plaza. If you know Nana Plaza, that wasn't as it is today. I mean, you had there was a Lebanese restaurant inside. There was a gold shop. There was a pharmacy. That was when I first got there. The middle was a car park, and it was actually the Nana Shopping Centre. It wasn't the Nana Plaza. And then one or two bars crept in, and you know, it was a case of like they could pay more rent. What else was different? You didn't have the SkyTrain, of course, so the traffic was horrendous. I mean, if you think the traffic along Sukhumvit now is bad, or Ceylon, you should have gone there before they had any BTS or the underground system. It was absolutely horrendous. What else was different? You got a lot more for your pound or your dollar. The exchange rate was a lot better. The prices were a lot nicer. The Thais. One of the things that this girl mentioned to me, she's about 30. This Asian girl whose story I'm going to tell on Monday. She said to me, "Look, Pete, you might not realize this because you know you're getting on a bit. I don't want to be rude, but you know the Thais, the young Thais, are not the same as when you first went out there. You know they're kind of getting more westernized." And I thought, well, that's quite sad in a way because, you know, I've always liked the way of the Thai people, and if they're going more towards the way of the West, it's a little bit sad that that's going to be lost. What else is different, Damien? Okay, the second road in Pattaya, there was nothing along there really. It was just wasteland. There was certainly no tree town, anything like that. But you know, you got to move on with the times, haven't you? Okay. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. Interesting documentary. Yeah, that was the one with the Australian guy. Right. Oh, we've got over 200 in now. Good. And if you've just joined us and you wondered what's happening, this isn't going to be a regular thing. It's just a one-off board today. Right, Brian. It's on YouTube, Pete, but you have to change the speed. Yeah, I did mention that, Brian, because the guy, the viewer, he's a viewer on this channel. I forget his name, Craig, I think maybe. He's told me about it, and I had to go off and look for it, and I found it on YouTube. But like you quite rightly said, for some reason, it's double the speed, so you can't watch it. So the workaround I did, I downloaded it at times 2 the speed. I put it through my editing software, and I burned it again, but at 50% the speed. And of course, that evened it up. And what I've had to do, because I don't want to run into any copyright issues, I've had to actually upload the video to my website. So at the end, if I remember, and I put the link up, you'll have to go to my website to watch. I'm not doing it to bleed traffic over to my website because it's just a casual website. I don't, oh, the beer, sorry guys. I don't sell anything on my website. I don't, it's not linked to Twitter or Facebook or anything like that. I've just got a presence on the web. I thought I better have a website. And sometimes people ask me about my background. So I put a bio on there. And of course, there's a buy me a beer page and all that nonsense. But it's on there anyway, because if I download it from YouTube, put it back up on YouTube, they'll just give me a strike. Right. They're ready for some. Okay, you talk to someone else. Right. Dutch Bacon, let's get you on the scene because you're in a lot of streams, aren't you? Have you got many old photos of Southeast Asia that you can share with us? I have shared quite a few of them. I haven't got them up here today. I've got an actual folder with the old ones. I mean, I don't know. Let me just see if there's a real interesting one that Maybe I can just put up quickly for you. But I think they've all been up on the channel already. There we go. Old Thailand. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've actually showed a lot of these before. If you watch Danish Bacon, you watch the streams a lot of the time, so you'd have seen them anyway. But the thing is, it's not like now everybody has got a camera with them, haven't they? Because if you've got a phone, you've got a camera. And in those days, even back in the early 90s, when the phones first started coming out, they were. I've still got one. I keep everything. Me, look. Do you remember these? Do you remember them? That did what it said on the box. It made phone calls, and that's all it did, right? And that's what we carried around. So you had a game on here called Snakes and Ladders. It was pathetic, but these are actually worth a little bit of money now. I've got, how many phones have we got up here? I've got a stack of them. I keep all my old phones. Hang on. Look, I'll get a few down here. So just while I'm doing this, so in what I was saying there, so you didn't have the cameras, did you? You know, nobody had cameras, whereas now everybody takes videos and, you know, they take lots of footage when they're in, you know, they're walking along, they're just filming everything. But to come across old pictures that were actually taken on cameras, they're hard to come by because not everybody went out with cameras. Right, Brian, thank you, mate. You're a star. For the church roof. Okay, I mean, look at this lot, guys. Look at this lot. And this is only 20 years, 25 years. Mobile phones. Yeah, mobile phones. Look at that lot. I used to joke with the girls in the bars. You know, when I'd be in a bar in Soya having a drink, the girls, and you know, they like the latest of everything, don't they? And they'd have like, they'd have, you know, by this time, I'm talking, how long ago was it I made this joke? Probably about, only about 7 years ago. I was in Pattaya 7-8 years ago, and you had some really nice Samsungs, and I bought a cheap burner phone I just wanted something that my friend could call me on. I had a proper phone, my real phone, but I wanted one just for when I went out in Pattaya, so if I lost it, it didn't matter. And I bought this cheap phone, and I had it in my pocket, and I said to the girls in the bar, and they had all their latest Samsungs out there displayed, and I said, you know what? I said, these phones are okay that you girls have here. I said, but you know, in Europe, we got the next model. It's out before they come out here. And they were like, really? What's that then? I was like, well, I've got one on me now, but I don't want to show you it because you might get envious. I said it in a more similar way. And they'd say, can we have a look? Can we have a look? And I'd wind them up. And then I'd say, well, there it is there. And I'd pull that out. And then, you know, something as simple as that, there'd be in stitches, absolute stitches. Okay. M on Co. Thailand Bound, Where Love is Lost and Found. That's a good title, but we've already got one now. It's in the bag. It is, like I said earlier, Thailand Bound, Tales of Love and Loss in the Land of Smiles. Right, so they're the early days. You remember them guys, don't you, when you used to walk around Pattaya with them? And then another one there, look. I don't know why. I honestly don't know why I'm kept them. Must have been drunk on that night. That was broken. But honestly, it's some, you know, and then, look, I mean, it's like playing cards. Look at this lot. Tommy Cooper, bigger card. Right, I must. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't know. I don't like throwing things away. I'm not a hoarder, but I don't know. I might send them to Africa or something. That's what they do, isn't it? They send them to Africa. Right. Okay. Let's get them out of the way. Enough of that nonsense. Right. What we're doing now? Well, we're talking to you guys. Right, Mazza. Good to see you on a Sunday night, Peter. Is this my Saturday night? It's mine, Mazza. I haven't got anything prepared, so I'll just keep going as long as you guys are talking. Oh, I told you what I'm drinking now, didn't I? It's, I used to buy these Kronenbergs. They were £4.50 from my local co-op, and they're only 440 ml. I'm doing an Ed Sweeney special now. I get these from Aldi. Right, they're 500 millilitres. They're good beer. £3.25. It's a no-brainer, isn't it? I'm saving a tenner on a case of beer. Right, okay. There he is, the man himself, Shane O'Traveller. Maybe I should have taken the Zoom through the phone. No, you're all right. Shane, I was just talking about you earlier, actually, that we're trying to get you on a live stream. This is unscheduled, this one. I didn't mention it today because I wasn't planning it. I just bored and someone suggested doing it. So, no, I mean, I was mentioning earlier about the sound and everything, Shane. There was a bit of delay, and I don't know. Hopefully, we can improve the sound and the picture a little bit. And it'd be nice to bring you in here. I want to try and bring some viewers in here, because it's no good me just sitting here and talking to the camera, and you guys are part of it as well. It'd be nice to bring you in, so you'll come in, and I tried to get Damon in, but him and technology are like, it would be like taking the priest into a go-go bar and the Pope into a go-go bar. He wouldn't have a clue, would he? Sheila the Semi-Farang, you are amazing. Who is that, Sheila? I can't relate to you, Sheila. Did I meet you in Istanbul? Let me get that up, because that's such a nice thing to put up there. Thank you very much. Sheila the Semi-Farang. Actually, Sheila, I don't recognize the Semi-Farang name, because I know most of the people who are in here, but listen, I do appreciate that's very, very kind of you. Thank you. And if you're female, that's good. Look, here's my I'm not doing a perv thing here. I'm just there we go. Look, I'm put that up there. If you've got a story or anything, get in contact anyway, because it'd be interesting to know who you are. I do like to talk to viewers. People who are in the stream, they do write to me from time to time, and I do answer everybody. Right. I've noticed a few other regulars in there. Let me get my comments back up here again. Alexander, the good old days were the best. 95 to 02, long before vloggers, cams, phones, and fast food. Yeah. The thing is, let me just say hi to Matthew Cartwright. Let's have a few Sunday night drinks. Weekend is over. That's exactly what I'm doing. Matthew, I'm going to fill up in a minute, but good to see you in, mate, as well. To be honest, I wasn't expecting this many people, and it's about half of what I normally get, but it's still very good for an unscheduled stream. Alan Clark, I'm not sure $10 can get you a pint in London, Peter, but if so, cheers. No, that's very generous, Alan. What that will get, that's about £8, and believe it or not, in the UK, because I'm not in London and I don't go out to pubs anymore, I save my money for Thailand. That £8 will get you 8 of them, or 8.5 of them. So, yeah, that's great. Okay, let's say hello to a few more people. Right, Damon says, "Is there any old pictures on them, Peter?" Yeah, I haven't got anything prepared tonight, Damon. So not really, not tonight. I'll try and get some for next week. What is your view of live streaming girls getting money and doing nothing? Well, they're not doing nothing really, are they? I mean, they're taking this sort of, like, they're being clever in a way. My view is, most people in the world, they try and make as much money as they can for as little effort as they can, don't they? And these girls traditionally dance around poles there to sit listening to guys who are drunk all night, and it wasn't the nicest way to make a living. A lot of them still do it, but what I noticed when I was in Pattaya in December, and Bangkok actually, a lot of the younger girls, and when I say young, I'm talking 20 to 26, they weren't there. It was all the sort of 40 pluses, or a lot. It might have changed now, but when I was there, it was all the girls sort of 38, 40 upwards. And what that tells me is that the younger girls, who are sort of 20 to 25, 26, they're more switched on to technology. And, when it comes to money, what the Thai's like, guys, they don't let a good thing slip, like any of us really, but they're more switched on to it. And I personally think that it only takes one or two girls to go on OnlyFans or something like that. She's making 50, 60,000 baht a month. Word goes around, and her friends thinking, well, hang on a minute, I've been sat in that bar, I got 3 ladies drinks, I had to listen to that guy's bullshit all night, and then I made 1,200 baht, and they hook onto it really quickly. So I don't blame them, actually, Paul, to be honest with you. I don't blame them, because if they can sit in their room and triple their money, I mean, if you were in their shoes, you'd do it as well, wouldn't you? I mean, I know I would. And like I said, when I was in Bangkok, I noticed a lot of the kind of that you see all ages, but the kind of younger ones, they weren't there. Not that I was looking for young girls. I'm just pointing out a fact there. And I guess a lot of them are doing the live streams. Okay, Rick E. I still have an old brick Motorola phone from the early 1980s. Rick, I think they're worth some money now. If you go onto eBay and put that model in, you can see what another one comes up at, because these aren't worth much. It might be in a few years' time, but the brick phones, and you might not know this, but there was one that came out before the brick phones, and that was literally, my friend had one. He ran a mobile disco. This was in the early 80s. He had a mobile disco, and he'd carry this phone to the pub. This is when I used to go to the phone, and I'll tell you exactly what it looked like. It looked like a small car battery, so like from a Mini or something like that, and it had a full-size receiver and dialer on the top. So like, you imagine a normal telephone that sits on the table, the old style, with the wheel, like, and it was you know, the old receiver, proper full size phone, and it was that sat on what looked like a battery. And he used to lug this into the pub, and he had a chain, and he'd chain it to the radiator, and we always had to take the table next to the radiator so he could chain his mobile phone. And it was a bloody heavy old thing. It must have weighed 15 kilos, you know, but he was happy because he ran a mobile disco, and he, you know, he could never get a signal on it. You know, I mean, he lugged this thing around, and it was always, hello, can you hear me? Well, I can hear you. Oh, really? Oh, you can't hear me? You know, waste of time, really. Right. Hi to Gemini Star. How you doing? Nice to see you. Paulo Pablo, what is your view? Oh, we've done that one. Damien, I've done that one. Let's go and get a few of the new ones. Welsh 32. Well, one man's love lost in Thailand is another man's gain. True, true. Okay, Shane O'Traveller, German beer is best. I don't mind really because I put a bit of lemonade on top of it. I remember when I worked in Khon Kaen, that was funny. It's the Portman Hotel now, but when we opened it, it was called the Sofitel, right in the middle of Khon Kaen. And in the basement, I don't know if it's still there or if it's changed or whatever, but in the basement, they had the whole basement was an entertainment center. So they had people take the mickey how I say this, a karaoke. That's how I say it. So they had a karaoke. They had like a lounge with girls that you could sit and drink with. They had a big kind of nightclub, and but they had a German brewery. It was one of the first microbreweries in Thailand. I mean, they're everywhere now, but you know these microbreweries, they make their own beer. Well, I'm going back to, this must have been, what year are we talking about? 97, 96, I think. It was 96, I think, when the Portman opened, or Sofitel. And they had two German brewmasters, the guys who made the beer, and they sacked the first. Well, they didn't sack him. They kind of told him he'd have to go because he was pissed all the time, day and night. You'd see him in Khon Kaen, he'd be slumped over a bottle. He was famous in Khon Kaen. And the second one came along, a younger guy, a guy called, I think his name was Hendrik. Not Hendrix as in Jimi Hendrix, but Hendrik. And he used to call me and say, Peter, come here, taste this. 10 o'clock in the morning. I said, I don't want to taste it. He said, no, this is what the monks used to drink. And it's this really, it looks like nutmeg, you know, and he'd be knocking this back at 10 in the morning. I'd be like, really? They say, come on, try it. And I'd let a bit touch my lips. And it was like, yeah, and they were constantly drunk. But talking of German beer, as you were. Right, okay, McLaren F1 racer again. Peter, the lady on the left is distracting me. Yeah, they're nice, aren't they? I put that up because Songkran's on its way. Matthew, great to see you. Okay, I did that one. Let's get some newer ones down here. I sent him a message. Is Franco out there? I had a pizza with Franco. Let me see if he's answered my message. He hasn't seen my message. He'll be surprised tomorrow. So why didn't you tell me? And I have told him. Right. Shall I ring him on the stream? Let's ring him. Let's ring him. I'll put him on speakerphone. He won't believe that. He won't believe I'm doing this. Right. Yeah, he's on speakerphone now, right? I'll say, where are you? Can you hear it? Unless he's found a bird. Hello?
Oh, Pete.
Well, I don't know where you are. I'm live here doing a stream and there's no moderator here.
What day is it then?
It's Friday, isn't it?
No, it ain't. It's bloody Sunday.
Go and turn on your computer. Are you in front of it?
No, I'm on the phone.
Yeah, well, you got a PC, haven't you?
It's downstairs.
I'm actually live streaming. I got 221 people listening to you. You're on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're on speakerphone.
No, I ain't.
You are.
No.
You are. You play this back in a bit. You wear yourself. He's been sleeping, hasn't he? I'm on here. I could have every. No, you're all right. You're all right, Franco. It was an unscheduled one. I just sent you a message earlier saying I'm doing a stream. But you are live. You are on here.
Hello?
You are. Go and play it back. All right, I've got to go because I've got a couple hundred people waiting for me.
Oh, I'll see you later.
Okay, bye. Unbelievable. He thinks I'm joking. He'll play that back and hear himself later. Right. Right. Alexander D. Love the stream. I know what you mean. Stream logged on here, and you are question after a month or two. Is Pattaya as boring as the UK doesn't? It does, Alex. Believe it or not, mate. The novelty does wear off. It takes a long time, but you get to the point where when you first get there, you're like, wow, I've landed, I've died, I've died in heaven. Look at all these pretty girls, look at all these drinks. You're going out and you're doing what you normally do in Pattaya. But you know what? It gets to the point where I don't want to do this anymore. Not give it up, but it just gets to the point it's not exciting anymore. Put it that way. It's kind of almost blasé. Frankie W. Budweiser deals are the best. £2 a litre. Really? That'll be a glass bottle, right? Matthew. Let's have a few Sunday night drink. Yeah, we've done that one. Let me go down and get some new ones. I'm scared to go too fast because I'll run out, you see, because I've got nothing prepared. Right. Sheila, the semi-Farangen. You got my story for next week. Sheila, is it you, the girl that I've been speaking with? Like, I didn't want to give away who you are, but, is it you, Scotland? Let me know. If it is, that's great. I'm happy you're here. I don't normally do the streams on Sunday. I just decided to do it because I was bored. There you go. You got another one there. Mine, yeah, okay. I know it's definitely you now, though. Great. It's really good to have you on the stream. I really appreciate that super chat. I wasn't kind of like e-begging. I wasn't expecting that. So you invited me out with your girlfriend when I come to Thailand, and I will take you up on that. And also, I'll pay for dinner. Okay. So, but good to have you on here. We do get the odd girl passes by. If I put your photograph up now, you'd crap yourself, wouldn't you? I wouldn't do that. Don't worry. But nice to see you. Okay, Richard Martin. Are Thai ladies into water sports, judging by the background photos, or is that something else? Well, as I'm not a fan of the water sports I think you're talking about, I wouldn't know. But then I do know because I've got a friend who, I've got to be careful what I say here. Let's just say anything goes. But Songkran is on its way. I'm sure you know what Songkran is. It's a festival once a year in Thailand. It's got a meaning to it, but basically everybody throws gallons of waters over each other, and it's great fun. You don't want to go for a business meeting on Songkran because you won't make it. You'll get. I remember one year it was in the afternoon and it was in the early days. I got in a tuk-tuk on Ceylon and I had to get back to Sukhumvit, and I was dressed quite nice because I'd been to a meeting in our head office, and I didn't know about Songkran. I came by and the tuk-tuk stopped at some traffic lights. You know where it's got that bridge? It says what is it? Dutch Friendship Bridge. You must know the bridge I'm talking about. If you're a regular to Thailand, just by Ceylon, Dutch Friendship. Well, we stopped at the traffic lights there, and two guys, and I'm not exaggerating, buckets full of ice water, one that side, one that side. They see me, Mr. Stupid Falang. What do? They run up and they throw the buckets. I was absolutely drenched. I mean, soaking. I could have stood in a shower. I wouldn't have been any more wet than that. But in answer to your question, yeah, water sports, definitely. Right, Dutch Farang. Yeah, you're right. Right, 20 Rothmans. Looks like working from home tomorrow. Good. Okay, I don't know what you do, 20 Rothmans, but I guess you're either IT or working insurance, something like that. Right, boohoo. You have a fortune in gold and silver in those phones, Peter. I didn't think about it like that. No one's made me an offer that I can't refuse yet, but then again, I've never advertised them. Right, Paul Hoskin. In 1995, a pack of Marlboro cigarettes in Thailand cost 40 baht. Paul, you're right, because I used to smoke. I don't smoke now. And I think I've told that a story once. Do you remember when in those days, let me have another quick slurp on this. I'm actually enjoying this more than a regular stream because it's so casual. Do you remember in the old days, you'd walk down Walking Street and there'd be a guy, they always held like a few packets of Marlboro White in that hand and Marlboro Red. I don't know why it's always Marlboro. It was either L&M or Marlboro Red, Marlboro White. And I was going to the Marina Disco. Yes, it was a disco. So dated word, but I was heading to the Marina Disco. Remember, it was 30 years ago, guys. I wasn't 62 30 years ago. And I used to smoke, and I seen the guy holding the cigarettes. I thought I might need a few later on. I said, how much are they then? And he said in Thai, and he said 50 baht. I said, I might see you later. Walked 20 yards further on, there was another guy, and I thought I'd just ask him. And I said, how much are them, your cigarettes? And he said 55 baht. And I said, well, here's a 50. What's the difference between yours and his? And he looked at me and he says, 5 baht. And he was being serious. I mean, what can you say to that? He wasn't lying. But you're right, Paul. Yeah, they were. Imon Cole, first time in Bangkok, 1980, stayed at the Malaysia Hotel. Everybody had a copy of Southeast Asia on a shoestring. Yeah. I'm actually reading a book at the moment. I read it 20 years ago. I've got it on Audible. Have I got it there? It's called Damage Done. It's about an Australian guy. He was a bit of a drug runner, actually. He got arrested in the Montean Hotel in 1978, and he went through hell in a couple of prisons in Thailand. And he describes all the tortures, the things that the guards used to do, just a sadistic stuff. And it's like, you listen to it, it's depressing is not the right word for it. It's awful. I don't know if they still do stuff like that, but it's really bad. Right. I saw you in Bangkok walking down the street. Well, did you? Well, I don't know, because I don't see that. You've got me at an advantage because I don't know what you look like. You know what I look like. So I'll take your word for it. I'm guessing are you Polish or Polska, is it? I'm guessing that's Polish. Right. Frank will be putting his trousers on now, won't he? David Craig, the young girls are all on TF. Okay, yeah. Right, tough gong, Bruce Lee there. Look, Swaddy Cab to you and all the tiny tongs. Yeah, Damon, right. Smash the like, guys. This Sunday night stream is great. Nice way to. I just feel like a pisshead having a few beers here. Sheila, I can't believe you've come in tonight, really. Sheila was the girl I was telling you about earlier who I met, and I didn't really want to give too much of her stuff away, but her story is the first one on Monday. You'll look forward to that, Sheila, and I've kept it clean. Right. Unexpected live stream, Peter, but what a surprise. It is, David. It is unexpected. And how long have I been going for now? Wow, 45 minutes. So it's a record. The internet is still... I shouldn't have said that. Rewind. Right. Paul Pablo, I see one live stream on YouTube, Desire, and notice they are asking for money and leading everyone on no intentions of meeting their broadcasting from Soy 6. You know, some people, they do live streams and YouTube. It is a business. They do it purely for money, and they're very clever how they do it. You know, I don't want to say how some people do it, because you'll think, oh, he's talking about him or he's talking about her, and they'll go back and say, oh, did you watch Thailand Bound? He was talking about you, and it gets messy. But all I'll say, with everybody likes money. If somebody drops me £5 super $5 for a few beers, yeah, of course I'm happy. I don't not like money, but some guys do it as a business, and everything is designed to kind of entice you to either join us. I've not even mentioned membership, have I? I don't plug it. I mean, I might mention it at the end of a story, but yeah, I know what you mean. I've seen those YouTubers who ask for money in a very kind of strong roundabout way, but I just think if you do that, you're not coming across then as a genuine guy who just wants to have a chat with his viewers. That sounds a bit corny, but I think you know what I mean. Right, Danish Baker. I used to have a car phone, hilarious things to use. Arthur Daly had one of them, didn't they? It never used to work, but his was from Hong Kong. Right, Sheila. The more likes, the more likely it will get picked up in YouTube algorithm, shared to a wider audience. Yeah, the thing is, Sheila, you got to be a little bit tough-skinned, because you will get one or two idiots, and I'm not talking about the guys in here, regular viewers, because they'll take it for what it is. They'll watch it, and they'll, if they don't like it, they won't leave a comment. If they do like it, they'll say something like, yeah, nice lady, well done, enjoyed that. But you get the trolls who'll come in and they'll say stupid stuff. Now, if it's an obvious thing that's really stupid, just a dig, I just delete it. Sometimes people will come back to me and say, oh, you only want the good comments to go up, and that isn't true. If someone says something negative on the channel, I'll leave it as long as it's got meaning. So if somebody comes in and leaves a comment and says, Peter, you wear the same shirt 6 weeks in a row, I won't delete it. I'll just write back and say, no, I never. I've got 6 of them, and I wash them every week. But if someone comes in and just says, like, Peter, you're a wanker, I'll delete it, because I might well be, but you can't just come onto a channel and say that. But yeah, I think it's a good story, Sheila. I've read a lot of stories out. And what makes it more interesting is it because it's girl on girl, and that's slightly different, is it? Andy, there you are. Good evening, Peter. A nice surprise for a Sunday night. Work going very well. We were just talking about the book, Andy. We got the title now. You know what it is, don't you? It's Thailand Bound: Tales of Love and Lost in the Land of Smiles. Good name. And I wish I could remember who actually suggested that. Right. 67 nights and 22. Okay, right. Yeah. Jason Gilliam, greetings, Peter. Nice surprise to see you live today. I don't know for how long, Jason, because I don't have anything prepared at all, and I'm starting to feel a bit tipsy now. Right, Paul. My point on live streaming, they are leading a lot of the guys up the garden path. Girls getting drunk on YouTube and feel sorry for these guys being made to look like suckers. Let me read that again. My point on live streaming, they are leading a lot of guys up the garden path, getting drunk on YouTube and feel sorry for these guys being made to look so. Yeah, I know, but you know, there's an old saying, isn't there? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. I said that to Sheila today. Each to his own. What can you do? You know, you can't. I only just worry about what I do on here. I know exactly where you're coming from, but what can you do? Right, Damon again. David Kim. Right, okay, yeah. Right, Dutch Farang. Who is calling? Franco. It's me calling Franco. Get up, Franco. Right. Del Kelly. You look hot. Well, I'm sure you're not talking about me. Right. Right, Sheila, I'm going to put all your comments up, Sheila. What day is it? It's Sunday today, Sheila. Right, Black Bolt. Great content, Franco, on the stream. He might come in later if he wakes up. Damon, if you not Damon, Franco, if you do happen to come in, let us know you're there. I don't think we'll have too many trolls tonight because nobody knows I'm on tonight. It's quite it's not advertised, is it? Right. Danish Baker, he says, come on, Franco, do some overtime. He's not paid very well, Franco, to be fair. He does 1.5 hours to 2 hours on a Friday night, and his salary is actually a pizza. Well, he doesn't eat pizza now. He had a kebab today. I went for a kebab with him. I have a pizza. Okay, lots of comments from you tonight. So 10 a.m.'s late, Matt. I started the 9 a.m. club when we were at home in Namsam. Father-in-law and ex-Udon Thani chef commissioner were members. Okay. Dave Andrew, laugh at low. Franco is in the pub. No, he was sleeping, wasn't he? He didn't believe me. Right, hang on. Right, I'll put that up. Sometimes YouTube hold back the comments because they think they're rude, but I'll show that. This is from JB. I'll show that because that's not too rude. That's okay. I was just about to say, what shall we do now? And I was going to look through my stuff, but I haven't got anything, have I? I could do a joke of the week, but I'd have to do it from memory. I said to Damon today, I said, what do you think of joke of the week? How's that going, Dan? He said, well, to be honest with you, Peter, he said, the music at the end's more funnier than your jokes. So, okay, let me do a joke of the week. Let me think of something. Okay, so let me get this ready because I like this. Right, here we go. Right, I'll do this one from memory. Right, so a guy walks into a pub, right? Second joke of the week. Guy walks into a pub, and this is a Burning Man joke. Guy walks into a pub and he's got a crocodile under his arm. Walks into the pub, this, full of teeth, this crocodile. And the barman looks at it, frightened. He says, get that crocodile out of here. And the guy says, don't panic. He's trained. He won't hurt anybody. He says, get it out of here. It's a crocodile. We don't allow crocodiles in the pub. So he says, look, you're going to have a heart attack, mate. Take it easy. I've told you he's trained. He says, get it out. He says, I'll prove it to you. He gets this crocodile, opens its mouth, puts his dick in the crocodile's mouth, gets a big piece of wood out of his back pocket, hits the crocodile on the head, and the crocodile goes. He says, there you go. He says, well, it's trained. So the guy stands on the table and he says, you've just seen that. He says, is there anybody else in this pub would like to have a go? A little old lady stands up. She says, I'll have a go, but don't be hitting me on the head like you did that poor crocodile. There you go. Joke of the week. Oh, right. Franco's in the house. He says, yeah, sorry to disturb your beauty sleep, Franco. I know you need it, but it is nice to see you here anyway. I did see your message somewhere on there. Yeah, I know, Damien. I was actually thinking of you when he asked the question, but I didn't want to say anything. Right, Sheila, that's a long one. Haha, I think Mint would feed me to a buffalo, as usually she is very selective of her photos. The younger girls are obsessed with social media. Instagram is a good way to find a Thai girl for free-ish. So you've kind of give the game away here. So I don't think you'll mind if I say this. So Sheila is 30-something lady, Asian. She's actually Asian. The message you see on screen now, Sheila the Semi-Farang. So she's Asian, but she lives in the UK. She's into girls. She has a Thai girlfriend who's about 22. I've seen all the photographs. I can't show you guys because she told me not to. A very nice, good-looking girlfriend, Sheila. I'll leave it at that. You're quite a nice-looking girl yourself as well, actually, but I don't want to come across as some old perv because I'm twice your age, but you know what I mean. But good to see you in here again. Right, JB, I forgot I forgot to tell you, but for April Fools, I went to the bathroom and shouted to the wife I was having a stroke. She walked, I know where this is going. She walked in and we discussed it as I was having a different kind of stroke. I have not heard it, but I could guess the end of it. That's like the one where the guy says, he says to his wife, I've won the pools, pack your bags. And she says, pack my bags, where are we going? What do I need? Some hot clothes? Is it going to be hot? Is it going to be cold? Where are we going? He said, I don't give a shit, just pack your bags and get out. It's one of those. Right. Jason Finch, Thailand band is Thailand bound, not Thailand banned. I wanted the club open. Okay. Right. Wandering Soul. Haven't seen you in here for a few weeks, Wandering Soul. Hey, what's up, Peter? Yeah, nice to see you in here anyway. James Casey, how you doing? I never get hello. James, you're getting a hello tonight, mate. How are you? Good to see you in here. To be honest with you, what happens, I'm getting to say hello to a lot more people today because there's 242 people and that's quite good for an unannounced stream. And sometimes for some reason I miss a lot of comments, and sometimes I had a guy on Friday got a little bit shitty with me actually because I'd missed all his comments and I just caught his last one, and his last one said bye. That's all it said. So I thought, oh, that's a bit strange. So I went back and had a look at some of his other, and he was saying, like, oh, I've left you lots of comments. You're ignoring me. You never, and he took it personally, like I was out to ignore him, but it wasn't that. I just didn't catch him. But anyway, James, there you are. Is that you there with the mirror glasses on? We've got you now. So hi. Right. Yeah. David, Damien, I agree. Always watch your channel. Yeah. Thank you. Right. Let's say hello to a few people I haven't said hello to. Joe Driver. Hello, Peter, and all from New York City area. Love your channel. Good stories, good info. Hopefully for this first timer soon. Yeah, I hope you. I don't know if you'll manage. Have you been to Thailand yet, Joe? Right, Deke. Peter, you will need me use my truck for your remote removal with everything you have laying around you. Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff actually. I thought to myself, what am I going to do with all this stuff? Because I live in a 4-bedroom house, and obviously I'm not going to take it to Thailand. One of the questions people ask me, they say, look, I'm moving out to Thailand. What should I take? Should I take my TV, my fridge? And I'm like, no, leave it all behind. Don't take anything. Take the clothes you're standing, because it's all cheap out there. It will cost you more to get it out there than what it will to buy it again then. And that's true. It's actually more to ship it out there than to just go to Big C or wherever and buy it all new again. And I've got a lot of stuff I've got to get rid of. And I think the smaller things, I just don't want to throw away. Like I've got things like, what can I give you an example of? I don't know. Something that's not worth a lot of money, but it's not worth putting on eBay, like going to all the or Facebook Marketplace of photographs and all that for $5, but it's too good to throw away. Like my scanner here. I've got a Canon scanner. Cost me 50 quid a few years ago. Well, what I'm going to do a car boot one day, and I'm just put all the small stuff. So Canon scanner, what do you reckon? 15 quid? It's got to be worth 15 quid, hasn't it? I've got a DAB radio that cost me 50 quid. I don't know if people still listen to them, but it's got to be worth a $5, isn't it? Tenner. So if I can clear out a load of stuff and maybe get enough money to pay for my air ticket, then it's better than throwing it away, isn't it? Right, Harold, how are you? You've got to change it, Harold, that photograph now, Harold. It's gathering dust. Right, evening all. Sorry I'm late. Well, you're not late because we weren't supposed to be on tonight. It's Sunday. What did I miss, Harold? You put, what did I miss? You missed it all. We're going now. It's been a great stream. Thanks, guys. I'll catch. Right. Frankie W. He is talking about the girls. Right. Okay. I'm also invisible. My old James Casey. Yeah. Some of you guys are talking to each other. Right, Tree Town. You're new to the channel, I think. I don't remember talking to somebody called Tree Town. Peter, good luck when you start your new life in Bangkok. I'm probably 10 years behind you in making the move. I've got something on my side, Tree Town, actually. I was telling Sheila about this today. A lot of guys who go out there, it's like they've landed in a kid in a candy shop, and they go out there with plans. I'm going to do this. I'm going to join a gym. I'm going to do a bit of work. I'm going to play golf. And they have all these plans. What happens? They land in Bangkok. They've only been there on vacation for a week or holiday, and they just end up in Nana Plaza every night or Soy Bacau or wherever it is, and they just, it doesn't go the way they plan. But what I've got on my side is I've lived in Pattaya for years. I've lived in Bangkok for years. I've gone back to Thailand more than 100 times over the years. So I was there in December. I know what the score is. I know what to expect. I know what I'm going to do. So my game plan, I'll pretty much stick to it. So that's. But thanks for that. Right. I'd see. What does wifey think about moving to Thailand? What will she do there? She's not coming. I've mentioned this a few times, but I'll explain it really quick again, really quick. My wife and I have been together since a long time. I mean, 33 years. I met her when I worked in a hotel in South Korea. She worked on the reception desk there. She was 19 when I met her. I've been with her for 33 years. We've had 2 girls. My eldest one's got her own business now. She's moved out. My youngest daughter's in Birmingham University. Now, my wife and I were the best of friends. We haven't fallen out. We're not even going to divorce. But we've got to the stage in our lives now where we both want to do our own thing. And I'm not talking about we want to go to swingers parties or we want to go dogging or we want to go, bar hopping and pick up girls, or she wants to pick up young men at the gym. It's nothing like that. We've just got to, it's hard for some people to understand, but we've just got to the point in our lives where it's not enough now at our age. We've got, I hit 62 last Friday. I don't feel old. I've got my health. I still feel relatively fit. I walk every day 4 or 5 miles. She's working full time. She hasn't been back to Korea for a long time. She's got family in Korea. And we've just decided that we're going to take a break. We haven't said, right, we are splitting up. We are divorcing. I'm going to give her most of the money from this house because I don't need it. I know that sounds crazy, but I don't. I really don't. So when I sell this 4-bedroom house, I'm going to give her most of it because I'm still earning from other ways where she won't be. And we're going to stay the best of friends. And she's gone back to South Korea. I'm going to Thailand to live. So I'll have a life in Thailand. She'll have her life in South Korea. We'll keep in contact. Obviously, we're still a family. It sounds really weird the way we're doing things, but we just don't want to. I spoke with her about it, and I just don't want to fossilize in the UK, because there is no life here. I'm 62. What do you do? I'm in a routine. I wake up, I have breakfast, I take the kids to school, the little, that little job I do. I come back, I walk my dog for a couple of miles. I'm on YouTube in the day. I go out in the afternoon with a van again, and then come back another hour on the computer, have dinner, walk the dog again, Netflix all night, and then do it all again. And it's so repetitive. It's so boring. I hate the cold weather, and I've just made that choice now. And what really made me make my mind up was before I went out in December, people were asking me, and I thought, well, what I'll do, I'll get a small flat here. I'll carry on working, and every holiday I'll spend a month or 2 months in Thailand. And I went out there in December, and I was sitting on the back of a motorbike, hurtling down Sukhumvit, 10 o'clock at night with the wind going through my hair on my way to a bar. And I thought, you know what? This is living. This is life. Here I am. I'm at 10, 11 o'clock at night, whizzing down Sukhumvit, the airflow, hot air coming through my hair. I went to a bar, a lot of drinking and partying, and it was just a lot of fun. And I thought, you know what, I want to be here. I don't want to live in the UK anyway. So, I mean, that was a very lengthy way to explain it. I said real quick, and it wasn't real quick, but that's a long way of telling you what's happening with my missus. Right. Glad to see you on parade, Frankel. There he is, having his beauty sleep earlier, but you're here now. You thought I was joking, didn't you? I mean, I'm going to have to buy you, today you had a kebab, so next week I'm going to have to buy you a kebab, a can of Coke, and a pizza to take home with you. Right. Okay, let's get back in here. Okay. JF, when can a guy find bar girls like the girls in the background? They are hot. They're everywhere. I mean, they're not... right, these particular girls work in... where was it? I can't remember, but it's somewhere in Pattaya. When things are back to normal and you go down to Pattaya, there's a lot of bars, go-go bars, with a lot of girls like that. If you're into that sort of thing. I've got to be careful what I say here, but yeah, I mean, I don't know how to say it a lot. Anyway, just open your eyes and have a walk around. Right, Alexander D, as you said, you have nothing prepared. Tell us your cheekiest story about a bar girl in Pattaya. Well, I can't tell you my cheekiest story because I'm married, right? I don't know. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Yeah, I can't. I know so many stories. I mean, I can't think of it. See, a lot of the stories that I remember are kind of like a bit depressing, guys jumping off balconies and things like that. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of something funny. Yeah, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I'll keep it in the back of my mind. If something comes up, I'll tell you. Right, a lot of people in the stream now leaving comments. Not too many questions. Redfield set from Denmark. Hello, handsome man. Yeah. Okay, we've been going over an hour. It's 265, and that's pretty good, guys, for Sunday night. Right, joke. Right, we've got a joke here from Gary B71. I hope this is funny. Dad, why is my sister's name Teresa? Because it's an anagram of Easter, and your mum loves Easter. Thanks, Dad. No problem, Alan. Okay, you have to. I think you have to be sober to understand that one. Right, let's explore Bangkok. Yeah, my pin right. Franco, what are you saying now? Damien, cheers for the meal tonight, but honest, he never said anything about tonight. Do you know what, Franco? I didn't know, honestly. Me and you were together. How many hours ago? It was 4 o'clock, wasn't it? So say 4:30, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 hours ago, me and you were together eating, and I didn't know what it was. I was out with a dog, and I was talking to Damien on the phone. Right, it's his fault, right? He said, why? I said, I'm bored. I don't know what to do tonight. He says, do a live stream. Go on, do a live stream. I said, no, I do them too often. He says, come on, do a live stream. And I said, all right, I'll do one. And then he got all paranoid. He thought, oh no, if it all goes wrong, you'll blame me. I wish I hadn't suggested it and all that. And I said, it won't go wrong. It'll be fine. I said, if it's not any good, I'll just cut it short. So I didn't know, Franco. I honestly didn't know. And I didn't know how long I'd be going tonight. I didn't know the internet would be okay so far, touch wood. I got nothing prepared. I'm drinking. Cheers. I get really roasted by some people. You do get quite a few people who don't drink any alcohol, and fair play to them. I admire them for it. But I've always liked to drink. I don't drink in the daytime. I never have. I made a video about it, and basically the reason I never drink in the daytime, I've always been scared of becoming an alcoholic. I've said this on the channel before, and other people have come back and said, but you are an alcoholic because you drink me every night. And I don't. Well, I do drink. I'll put my hands up. I do have a drink every night. But as the school's on at the moment, I tend to drink a little bit more than usual. I just like to have a drink. I enjoy it. I unwind with it. Me and my liver have got an understanding anyway. Right, David Russell. I heard this joke a long time ago. What goes black and white? Black and white. Now you see me. Now you don't. A white or coloured guy walking across a zebra crossing. It's not to offend anyone. All right, David. That's quite clever, that one. Right, Ricky, I told you earlier, I said to Damon, I said, what do you think of the joke of the week? Is that going down well? Should I keep doing it or should I stop it? And he said, well, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but really the music is kind of funny after the joke. I mean, cheeky sod. Right. Did you notice tonight on the thumbnail, people always make comments, say, oh, you always put those models up with the big boobs, you don't need to do it. I didn't do it tonight, did I? There's no boobs tonight. It was the bounty girl. Right, Ricky, how do visa agents get around not requiring the 800k baht deposit? It's quite clever, really. What they do, because they don't do visas for one person a month. They'll do, I can't put a number on it. Let's just say 20 to 50 visas a month, right? So it's their business. They invest in their own business. Now, if they charge, it's 1900 baht to do a visa, but if you pay an agent, they've got to get you the non-immigrant O, then the retirement visa. And let's just say, for argument's sake, if you did it yourself, it was, I don't know what it is. Let's just say it was 21,000 to do everything. So they're charging like 38,000. So that's another, say their profit is 15,000 baht, right? So they're doing a lot of visas. And you're only thinking of a retirement visa or a work permit. There's probably 20 different kinds of visas you can get in Thailand. You can get education visas. You can get OX. There's a lot. So they're doing all these different jobs, 30-day reporting, 90-day reporting, all these, they charge for everything. So what happens, they have a capital, they have a set amount of money, maybe 1 million baht sitting in the bank. And that 1 million baht, that is their money, but they use it in their business. So what they'll do, I'll go along and say, can you get me a retirement visa? Yep, it's 38,000, 40,000. I'll pay them. They'll use 21,000, whatever it is don't quote me on the numbers, guys. I'm just trying to answer this question, right? So he'll say, right, 38,000, for instance, I give him 21,000, that goes for the visa and the old visa and all the rest of it. He's left 15. That 15 grand, that one visa, which is a month's salary for a lot of the Thais, he's just made 15 grand, right? So if he does that 50 times in a month, he's laughing. So what he does to be able to put himself in a position to be able to earn that big money, he has to have that investment of 1 million baht. And in answer to your question, Rick, what he'll do, he'll have his mate, his friend will work in the bank. He'll put 800 in there. Or maybe some of them don't actually really put the 800 in. I don't know. Maybe his friend taps a few keyboards, the stamp comes, and then that's how it's done. I mean, they're trying to tighten up on it, not so much on the visas at the moment, but what was happening with the driving licenses, people were going down and getting a driving license, 2,000 baht, and they got a Thai driving license, Thais I'm talking about. So what they do now is when you go for a driving test, for instance, what they do is you get fingerprinted from an electronic scanner, and you have to come back an hour later or an hour and a half later and get fingerprinted again. And the reason they do that is so that if you're going to take a test, you take your fingerprints and then you'll supposedly go off for your test, and then you'll come back and you'll do it again. They know you've really taken the test. But in reality, what happens is people go in there, take the test, they go and have lunch or read a newspaper, come back, do it, and it's the same thing, you know. Right. Okay. McLaren F1 again. Garage cellmate, car boots. Yeah. I used to like taking my daughters to the car boots, actually, but it's just having to get up early in the morning. Rare Cat. Right. You love Thailand, so how come your stories depict Thailand so poorly? Right. So I'll correct you there, Rare Cat. First of all, they're not my stories. They're viewers' stories. And secondly, I read them out because a lot of people like them. They're for entertainment purpose as well. I don't speak badly about Thailand. If you look at any videos that I've got on my channel, even the things I don't like about Thailand, I don't put titles on the videos that say 20 things I don't like about Thailand. I'll put, I love 20 things. I love Thailand, but here's 20 things that might slightly annoy me. You can go and have a look at them. So in answer to your question, they're not my stories. They're viewer stories. Okay. Right. Mac, I'm selling up everything myself as moving out there soon. It's a big job. I hate to think what will end up in the tit. Same as me, Mac. What you got to do is, you know, things like TVs and fridges and stuff like that. You're not going to get anything for them. Do you know? I'll tell you what I found. One sec. Because I'm a dinosaur, I've always used eBay, right? And it's crap actually, because with eBay, you know, you got to post it off. You got to, you know, people can cheat you and all the rest of it. And my daughter was always using Facebook, and I never used it. I was kind of almost, I didn't want to learn something new because I don't use Facebook as a social media platform. But she said, Dad, look, you know, you just take a photograph of your phone. It's so easy. People come to you. And I sold a dog cage that I had here. I sold a load of jerry cans from when I used to fly. I got rid of them. I got rid of about 4 or 5 items. I put them on Facebook. So it didn't cost me a penny to advertise them. And people turned up at the house, just like messages. Yeah, I like, they always say, what's your best price? So if it's on at 40 quid, I'll say, give me 35, pick it up tonight. And they come around and put cash in your hand. It doesn't cost anything. It's brilliant. So, you know, what I would say to you, if you've got white goods, TVs, big things that you want to sell, stick them on Facebook Marketplace. It's really, really good. I mean, it does shift the stuff and it doesn't cost you anything. You know, the only downside is you have to have people come around to your house. But, you know, most people are okay. And then the smaller stuff, like I say, I'm just going to load up a van one day or my car, and I'll just go to the local car boot. I'll lay it all out and get rid of it that way. Let's explore Bangkok. Thailand bound. I hope you sold the house and all the best. Right, we must have just come in because I was mentioning that earlier. Now, I've had a few viewings, but my house is on at top money. It's not overly priced, but it's not cheap. You know, when you go onto Zoopla, if you're not from the UK, Zoopla is a platform that will tell you how much your house is worth. So you've got a bottom figure, a top figure, and a kind of middle figure. And mine's on at the top figure because I've kept this. I've lived here 20 years, 18 years, and I've kept it modernized. So 2 years ago, I changed all the bathrooms. 3 years ago, I put a new grey kitchen in with all nice smoke glass hob and cooker and all the rest of it. I put a nice chrome fireplace in, which used to be one of those old brass ones. All the door handles had those ropey old dated brass handles. I put all high spec chrome handles. So, you know, my house, it's not dated. You know, it's not a show house, but I think it's the estate agent said it was worth what I got it up at. So I just got to be patient. And it's not the best of time now because people are not feeling secure, are they, with everything that's going on, you know, with the petrol prices and cost of living prices and all that sort of thing. People are just saying, well, let's give it a month, see what happens over there, Ukraine or whatever. I'm sure it'll go. I'm not in a hurry. I want to get over there, but I'm not in a hurry. And what I'll do, if I haven't had any bites I'm packing this job in 1st of July. If I haven't had any bites, as long as the Thailand pass goes, which I hope, fingers and toes crossed, I'm just going to go over there and get an apartment anyway and start filling it with my stuff, and it'll be a base then. Right, enough about me. Right, soothing meditation. I'm 14 years away from moving to Thailand. I'm just finished with a very costly divorce. I'm currently renovating a small 1-bedroom and hope to have 3 more within 10 years. Work hard, retire early. Well, I can tell you soothing meditation. I've got property. I don't have a lot. I bought them when I was young because I've always worked hard. I've got a few small cluster homes that I rent out. And on paper, it's great. You know, oh, this much rent comes in, only this much mortgage goes in. When it's good, it's good. When it's wrong, it's a disaster. I've just had 2 houses empty, and I'm not exaggerating. I've just spent probably £8,000 renovating 2 of them. I had a real bad guy in one. My saving grace was he actually left before I had to kick him out. I lost like 3 or 4 months rent, but I sent the guy around there, the agent, loft, absolutely rammed, full of junk, back garden, sofa, washing machine that was broken, the house. He had 2 dogs in there. There was even big knuckle bones lying about. Terrible. So just something to think about. If you're going to rely on rental income, make sure you have a secondary income, because you know you have a couple of houses that are empty and then you have to do a load of repairs and that's your only income. You really will be in problem. As I say, when it's good, when you've got all nice tenants and all paying the rent, then it's nice. But it isn't always nice. Thanks. Best of luck, Peter. There. Right, Shane. Better life in Thailand for sure. Yeah, I mean, just having the sun on your back every morning, you know, it's so cold here in the UK and everybody's bloody miserable, aren't they? I mean, I was telling one of my neighbours, they said to me, oh, you keep going to Thailand. I said, well, I'm actually moving out there. And they do this thing where they say, oh, you know, this silly little laugh. And you're thinking, here we go. And it's like, well, we know why you're going out there. It's the girls. And it's not, it really isn't, guys, you know. Christ, this will be the first time I've been a single guy. I've been going to Thailand for 30 years, 1991, 92, and I've always been married. This is the first time I'm going out single. Wow. Maybe I'll be telling my own story on here. I was 62 and decided to live in Thailand. I met this girl called Nat and I was in love. And what happened? And here I am with nothing but a laptop to my name. Right. Big Bass 255. No matter where you go, you are there you are. Yeah. I was talking about those live streams I did when I was in Bangkok. Got up at 3:30 in the morning to do live streams. God, that was difficult. And that's something else I'm going to have to think about, because when I go to Thailand, I don't want to abandon the guys in the stream now. That's why I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning when I went on vacation, because I thought, well, it's 3 weeks. It's once a week, 3 weeks. I'll go and do the live stream. So people in the UK, it's there as it always is. I'm not being selfish. They can see what's going on. But when I live there, you know, I've got to find it. I can't get up at 3 o'clock in the morning every week. I've got to kind of find a time that suits you guys. And I've got to find a time that suits me and the right day. You know, I don't want to do Sunday afternoon because everybody and his brother is doing live streams from patio on a Sunday afternoon. And, you know, I'm going to have to find an alternative day. Guys, if you've just joined us and you're wondering what's going on Sunday night, it's an ad hoc. It's a test of the internet. I did a test on my phone. It all went wrong. Nothing prepared, but I'm just going with the flow, and so far, so good. Baz W, I think you and your missus are so wise in your decision. It takes courage to realize the truth and act on it. Good luck to you and your family. Thanks, Baz. And like I say to you, it's not like we've been fighting cat and dog and I'm getting on her nerves and she's getting on mine. It's nothing like that. We've been together 33 years, best of friends, and we've just said, look, you know, I want to go to Thailand. She wants to go to Korea. We're not even going to get divorced, you know, and I'll look after her financially. And who knows? I mean, this sounds a bit silly. Maybe in 5 years' time, 10 years' time, when we're all bored of it, maybe she'll come out to Thailand and live with me. Maybe I won't go to South Korea. But, you know, anything's possible. We're doing it in an adult way. That's the main thing. Right. Rare Cat, your Thailand stories are about violence and scams, terrible scams, etc. Could you find some upbeat stories? How many? I've got over 300 videos on my channel, Rare Cat. How many have you watched? 2? It's not true what you've just said there. Your Thailand stories about violence and scams. I don't have one video on my channel that is about violence. Not one, right? And the stories that I read out on a Saturday, they are sent in to me by viewers. So I don't censor them. I don't police them. People send them to me. I read them. As long as they're not racist, they're not swearing. All I do is take out slang words that an international audience might not understand. And I read the stories exactly as they're sent to me. Okay. And then I might make a video called 10 Things I Love About Thailand, or 20 lies you might hear from a Thai go-go bar. But I certainly don't make videos about violence. And the 1 or 2 videos that I might have made on scams are no different to any other YouTuber. All I can say to you, Rare Cat, if it bothers you that much, I'd really honestly, I'm not being funny, I suggest you watch somebody else's videos. All right. Right. Alexander D. Another joke. Q, is Google male or female? A, female, because it doesn't let you finish a sentence before making a suggestion. Very good, very good. Right. Brian Street, your 3 favorite bars in Bangkok. I think everybody knows what they are, don't they? Well, they've changed over the years, to be honest with you, Brian, because when I got there, when I was 31, you know, I used to go to nightclubs. I used to stay out and party. I used to dance with girls. You know, obviously I'm not into that now. You know, I look forward to an early night. But currently, my 3 favorite bars, let's say pre-pandemic, I like the Tilak Bar and Soy Cowboy for several reasons. 1, because nobody hassles you in there when you go in there. 2, there's a lot of nice things to look at in there. Let's just leave it at that. The aircon's very good in there. And the other thing is they do a very good happy hour from, I think it's about 5 or 6 up until about 9. And when it's getting near to 9, if you're a regular in there, the girls will come up to you and say, look, Kun Peter, the happy hour's up in 5 minutes. Do you want some in? And I can say to them, look, get me 2. She'll bring me, in a lot of bars, if you say, get me 2 on the happy hour price, they bring the 2 to you. Or if you say, get me 3, they'll bring all 3. So by the time you get to the third one, you're drinking warm beer. But in Tilak, because I'm a regular, I'll say, look, get me 2 in. She'll bring 1, and I could be drinking happy hour at 10 o'clock at night when it finished at 9. So that's why I like Tilak Bar. That's probably my favorite bar. And of course, as the night gets livelier, it starts to fill up, and it's a go-go bar. So it's good early and it's good late. And I'd say that's probably my favorite bar in Soy Cowboy anyway. My second favorite bar in Bangkok, we're only talking about Bangkok, right? I would say Stumble in Soy 4. Why? Because I meet a lot of people in there. I can go in there on my own, and in an evening, I'll get several people come up to me and say, "Oh, I know you. You're Peter," and we'll have a drink or talk or whatever. And it's quite expensive in there now, but I know the girls in there. I know the Mama San in there. You know, she'll always grab me. I can't, if I'm walking down Soy 4 and I don't want to go in there, I have to walk on the other side of the road, because otherwise she hides. And as I go by the bar, she's a big woman. You know, she's the Mama San. She's not young, but she's a big girl, and she'll see me and she'll just grab me. And if she can't grab me, she'll screech, Peter, shouts it down Soy 4. So that's my second favorite place. And believe it or not, I like Hooters on Soy 4. Why? Because the draft beer is really, really good. It tastes like a real nice draft lager. And because I've got YouTube, I can answer a lot of my comments on the mobile phone. So sometimes at the end of the night, I'll just pop into Hooters. I have a pint of draft. It's expensive. 3 pints of beer will cost you £15, right? $18 if you're American. But, you know, nobody hassles you in there. Again, there's a lot of nice things to look at around, if you get my drift. And I can just sit there and play on my phone, answer the comments, drink a nice cold beer. And, yeah, it's good. Okay. Right. Joe Driver. Actually, no, never been. They have studied it for 2 years. My story in the works now for you to broadcast. Sorry for separation. Fair play, mate. Okay. Right. Big Tinge, where will you be living in Thailand and why? Very, very simple. I'll be living in Bangkok, somewhere between Asok and Soi 3, just for the simple reason I don't want to give away my game plan now on my YouTube channel. What I won't be doing is walking down Sukhumvit and saying, hey, look, this bar's open, that bar's closed. Oh, this is a new shop. Totally boring in my eyes. What I'll be doing, I need to be in Bangkok to do for my YouTube channel. If I didn't have a YouTube channel or it fades away one day, I'll probably move to Hua Hin. Why? Because Hua Hin is very quiet, but it's got everything you need. It's got shopping malls, good restaurants. It's got a good couple of streets of good bars. And, you know, I'm older now. It's nice and relaxing. It's a lot cheaper than Bangkok. The air's a lot cleaner. But because of the YouTube channel, I've got to stay in Bangkok for now. Right, let's explore Bangkok. Heavy traffic was reported at several sections of Mitpat Road to the northern province of Nakhon. Right, okay, yeah, all right. Right, as more people left Bangkok for their home provinces ahead of Songkran Festival. Okay, yeah, all right. So you're saying because they're preparing for the Songkran Festival. Okay, right, blimey, nearly an hour and a half already. Right, let me see who haven't I brought up? Juan Carlos, I haven't brought you up tonight. How you doing? Just got a burpee workout in. Good on you, mate. Gonna watch Peter before I eat a lobster and have a okay, yeah, good to see you in. Let me just pick out a few people I haven't had in yet. 20 Rothmans, I had you earlier. Rare Cat, I have a couple of positive antidotes, but haven't volunteered them as they're not stories. Sure, others have similar. Yeah. I mean, I tend to jump on people when they say things aren't true. I'm not desperately, what's the word I'm looking for? Defensive. I'm not desperately defensive. If people want to say things, they can say things. But it really winds me up when someone comes on and says, all your stories are negative, because they're not my stories, are they? You know, I've said what I had to say. Right. Saw this in a bar in Cold PP. The liver is evil and must be punished. Okay, yeah, I got it. Yeah. Right, Damien. Sheila, great to have you on the stream and welcome. I wish I'd have seen that earlier, Damien. I don't know if she's still there. She probably can, she's got a full-time job. She might not be here anymore, but it's nice of you to say that to her. Hopefully she might still be here. Right, a lot of comments from Let's Explore. Thailand Band, I appreciate what you did with the job with the kids, as I was one of them children who used to need a taxi for school. I understand how important it is for these people. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm not a taxi driver. I don't drive a taxi, but what it is, the minibus belongs to a taxi company, and I through them I got what they call a private hires badge, and I thought, why not? You know, I mean, I'm doing something for the community, and no, I don't want to say it like that. I sound like an idiot. I like helping them, right? Because you know they're special needs kids. Of course, I get paid for doing it. It gives me a reason to get up in the morning. It's a win-win situation, right, Stephen? You don't need the 800k if you can show proof of the 65, but you don't need the 65, Stephen, if you go through an agent for the same reason. Oh, you're still there, Sheila. Okay. Thank you, Damon. Nice to be able to join a stream. I usually play catch up on Monday because I'm always doing something on Friday. Right. So there you go, Sheila. Look, we might have you as a regular, but we're normally it's 9 p.m. on a Friday. This is a one-off. And, you know, watch Damon. He's a bit of a ladies' man. You know, you've got to be careful with him. Bit of a dodgy guy. Right, Adam Hills, what are you going to do with the dog? Can you bring it with you? No, I'm not going to bring it with him. It'll end up in a walk. No, I'm going to, that was a joke. Ty's like dogs. A lot of them have dogs as pets. No, my eldest daughter will look after him. He's very old now, Benji. His face is totally white. He's a beagle. It was brown. He's old now like me. He's in dog years, in human, it's 7 dog years to one of our years. So he must be in his 80s by our standards. I mean, when I take him for a walk now, I'm almost dragging him along. He can't take it anymore. But my daughter will take him. It will be shared between my daughter and my other one. Right, Damon, the reason I joined your channel was, are you going to say something nasty or nice here now, Damon? I'm getting nervous. Right, the reason I joined your channel was because of the stories. They're great and I enjoy them every Saturday. I always look forward to listening to them. Thank you for this. Yeah, and I mean, the thing is, Damon, I know that a lot of people, they don't sit there watching me reading these stories out because you don't need to. You know, you could be cleaning the car, you could be out with the dog, you could be in the gym, put your headphones on, and they're interesting stories, aren't they? I mean, what I do, because I'm quite particular. You know, I don't have a slap happy kind of attitude. I'm very particular what I do. Simon will tell you that in Bangkok we've had many a fallout over this, but I'm a stickler. And what I do, so when I make the story, I'll run it through the software, and if I swallow too hard or there's a gap, I edit it all out. I mean, you might look at the stories and think, wow, he tells us good stories, a good storyteller, but I'm really not, guys. You know, I edit it all out because sometimes I'll be like, swallow or I'll sneeze, and it all gets edited out. But what I do at the end of it, I put it onto my phone and I listen to it. And the reason I listen to it is not because I love the sound of my own voice, but I want to hear that it comes out good. And if I listen to it and there's no mistake, little mistakes are okay, but if it flows and it sounds nice, then I'll put it up for the members, and you're a member, so you can get it tomorrow, Dave. But that's how I do it. And you know, I think the story, I'm missing the point. What I was going to say to you is that I actually, when I've read the story and I've edited it, I forgot what the story was. When I go out in the evening with the dog and I listen to the stories, I actually enjoy them, even though it's me speaking. I'm listening like, oh yeah, because I can picture it. You know, the guys that I walked into the bar and she was there, and there was another guy, and I can actually put a picture on my mind. I'm thinking of a bar in a particular area in Pattaya, and I'm thinking of a girl that looks like this. And although I've made the video, I'm not really thinking like that. But when I listen to it, that's how I think. It kind of paints a picture, if that makes sense. Right, take it easy, mate. If you want something hard enough, you'll get it. My problem is drinking, which I have to curb. More money, more health. We all have issues. Yeah, a lot of people drink too much, including me. I mean, I'm going to have to. Now you've said that, let me put that back up. Now you've said that, and I've never done this on the screen before. Let's be a bit cheeky here. Look at this, look. Blimey. I'll be dragged out of here in about 10 minutes by the wife. Whiskey. Cheers. I won't drink much of that. Right, Jesse Hughes. I haven't read your messages out tonight. Hello, Peter. I'm back with autoplay. I didn't know you were live streaming today. I didn't know I was live streaming today. Just was listening to about 20 of your previous videos. Wow. Realized this was live. Cool. Yeah, Jesse, I didn't know myself, and neither did Franco. Franco does a moderating. He's fast asleep 20 minutes ago. God bless him. I woke him up. Right, Black Boat. You look like a different man in Thailand, Peter. Amazing, different. Do you know what, Black Boat? A lot of people told me that. A lot of people. I don't mean one or two. I mean a lot. So if you've seen any of the videos I made when I was in Thailand, people actually said to me, you know, you look like you were alive when you were in Thailand. You really look different. And I felt different. I felt alive. You know, I was on that bridge on Sukhum, like, wow, look at it. It's great. Good to be here. And that. But I just felt happy. No, there's no other way to say it, you know. And I don't feel unhappy in the UK, but I just feel like something's missing. A lot's missing, actually. Right, go hopping again. I go Thailand for the golf. Yeah, hole in one. I got you. Right, Shano Traveller. Right, let me just, before I read your comment out, let me give you a bit of advice. If you've never been to Thailand, and this is the best bit of advice you'll ever get. If you're planning to retire or live in Thailand for any long term, don't go out there with nothing to do. And what I mean by that is you can't sit around. You can't sit in Starbucks. You can do it if you go out for a 1 week's holiday, 2 weeks holiday. You can go down to the bars on the beach road in Pattaya, or you can go to Stumble on Soy for 10 o'clock in the morning and have a beer, if that's what you're into. But when you live there, you can't do it. You've got to either have a bit of a business or a hobby, or even if it's, you get your own routine. So even if you say, right, on a Monday, Wednesday and Friday, I'm going to go to the gym in the morning, then I'm going to go for the salad bar over here. I'm going to have a Starbucks at 3 o'clock, and I'm going to catch up on my newspaper. And then the next day, I'm going to go swimming, or I'm going to go and have a game of golf, as long as you've got some structure. Because if you go out there and you've got nothing to do, you will end up in the bars. And eventually, after a couple of years, you'll be wearing a single T-shirt, a pair of coloured shorts, flip-flops, and you'll be telling the guy next to you that you were in the SAS or the Secret Service or something like that. So make sure if you go out there, you've got something to do. Right, James Duggan, if you time it right and do it on a Friday, you will just be getting home from the bar. You're talking about in Thailand, right? Yeah, but I don't want to come on piss, because when I go to Thailand, I do drink, you know, because I go out and it's all, you know, it's all ladies' drinks, and, you know, go out with friends, we all party and everything. And I always pop into this 7-Eleven and get a big bag of Lay's crisps and pig out and look at my email and, you know, I can't do a live stream. I mean, I'm having a drink now, but I feel okay. If I suddenly don't feel okay, then that'll be it. I mean, I should go now. It's an hour and a half, but there's quite a lot of people in here and it's going okay. So I'll keep it going for a while. I won't have too many of them though. Right. Come on. Who haven't I said hello to? You, dog. You're new. In Bangkok, waiting for Apple to take me to the airport. Are you in Bangkok now? Yeah, Apple's really nice, actually. She's a taxi driver I use. She keeps texting me, when you're coming back, when you're coming back. And I said, I haven't sold my house yet, Apple. And she said, oh, you said 2 months. And I said, but I haven't sold my house. And she's online and she keeps calling me. And she said, oh, you know, you said 2 months. I said, well, it's going to be about another 2 months. Another 2 months? Oh, my God. Anyway, is that, yeah, well, say hi, you dog. If you're there and you're waiting for Apple, just tell her I was live streaming. Say hi to her. Not that it'll make her night, I shouldn't think. Thin beard pirate, always Nat. Mine was Thinder. Yeah, them. Somebody asked me. A lot of people asked me actually. They say that Nat and Dave animation series you did, was it true story? And it was, and it wasn't. And what I mean by that is that particular story is not based on one story that sticks in my mind, but it's based on a lot of stories. Now I must remember to put this link up for you guys at the end. I'll put it there. You know the documentary I was telling you about on Friday, and I forgot to put the link up. But I did put it in the comments, so I know a lot of you have seen it. But I've put it there, and I'll put it up at the end. Right, Jesse Hughes, thanks for that, my man. You didn't have to do that, but I do appreciate it. So I'm going to go right to the bottom and put that up. Oh, I've missed a lot of comments here. We'll start from the bottom and go up, I think. Right, super sticky there. Jesse Hughes, thank you very much. Very kind of you. That's a nice car. Is that your car? I can't make out what it is. Beamer? Right, okay. So let me try and find some of the later comments, because I don't want to, people will be saying, why does he read my comments out? Lee Fox, I don't think I've read yours out tonight. Does someone here know if the girls on dating apps like TF are mostly real or fake profile? they're mostly real profiles, but you know, you don't want to make the mistake of thinking, oh, she told me she's a waitress and she's on Tinder, so she must be okay. A lot of the working girls use those apps. It's an extra vehicle to get business, isn't it? I know a lot of guys who use the apps. They've got questions. Don't ask me what they are because I don't use them, but they've got certain questions that when they come on there, they'll ask, if they're interested in a girl, they'll ask a certain question, and the way they answer it, they'll think, well, she's a working girl. And a lot of the girls will come out and say it. I've had a friend, I've been sitting with a friend when he's met a girl on an app, and he said, oh, you know, what are you? I'm interested in a long-term relationship, testing her, you know. And she's come back and said, well, I'm a freelancer, I'm working. Do you want me to come around or not? You know, and that's it, end of it. Right, Juan Carlos again. Just oh, we've done that one. Okay, so let's go right down. We've done Damon's. I've gone too far up now. Right. Okay. Right, I did black bolts. I'm trying to find the ones I missed. Okay. Paulo Pablo. Thanks, Peter. Great chat. Been to Thailand like you many times, mainly Phuket with a few friends. We are all married and let stream once a year. Yeah, okay, that's good. Yeah. You find in Thailand, you know, if you people on the same wavelength, aren't they? I know this sounds really corny, but I get on really well with people who live in Thailand or they've been to Thailand. And it's like when I meet people in England, it's kind of like, it's not like I'm a social misfit and I can't get on with anybody. Of course I can, but it's just, I don't know, there's kind of like a connection. When you talk to other guys who've been to Thailand regular, there's a kind of connection there, isn't it? You can kind of relate to it. I don't know, does that sound weird? Smoother meditation. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks, Peter. Yeah, I suppose there's a few people need to go off to bed. I'm absolutely amazed, guys. 280 in the stream. Wasn't expecting it. Damien, pat on the back for you, my man, for suggesting it. I won't do it next Sunday because I don't want to be. People have said to me about some YouTubers. They said, oh, I'm getting bored of him. He's on too often. And I don't want to get like that. I purposely do it once a week. I've done this as a one-off, just as a test to see how it goes. And it's gone very well. But I shall only do Fridays from now on. Right. Man with a golden bun gun. That's a good one. Yeah. A house I used to rent, the tenant had turned it into a zoo. One day I went round to fix a gas fire. She said, be careful of the snake. There was a massive snake wrapped around the fire fender. Yeah, the guy, you know, the contract for the house I rented out, it says no pets. I went around there, got 3 pit bull terriers, you know. I thought I was going to get ripped to pieces. Damon again. My best bar in Soy 4 is Big Dogs. Great little bar, been going there for 17 years. Well, you know, you asked me earlier, Damien, you said what was different in the old days. The bar you were talking about Big Dogs. And if anybody's watching this, they don't know which bar is Big Dogs. Imagine you're walking into Nana Plaza. You know the bar, the first bar on the left. People like to sit there and watch everybody go to work. That's Big Dogs, right? Well, years ago, that was 3 small bars. I can't remember the name of them, but I do remember walking in. One of them had a big arch, and I used to sit in the middle, and 3 little bars. You know, they were all right. You know, they were okay. Jesse Hughes, I've read that. I listened to you. Right, I listened to the favorite bars video today, as well as I had some weight on there, didn't I? I was bloody fat on that video. Right, I listened to the favorite bar videos today, as well as both volumes of dislikes. Good stuff. The video about the teacher who died in jail, that was sad, wasn't it? And then the video where the man's wife died in his arms, that brought a tear to me. That was yeah, that was an Australian guy. His wife, what was her name? Oh, that was sad. Do you know what? That was the only story out of all that's the story where his wife died. She drowned in Australia. What was her name? I can't remember. But that was the only story. When I read it, it actually brought tears to my eyes. I had to keep going back and doing it. And I was okay reading the video. But when I got to the very end where it was he put in it, so I'll have to stop because I'm welling up now. But he said something like, oh, what did he say? Oh, so farewell, my darling. Something like that. And I was welling up. And I had to stop the video, breathe up, and then go back and do it again. And honestly, guys, it took me 6 shots. And that's why if you watch that video at the end, you know, at the end of the stories, I always say, let me just put this up. I always say at the end of the stories, right, I'll be here on Friday live streaming. I know it's boring if you watch it every week. I'll be here on Friday, more stories next Saturday. On that one, it just got to me. And I welled up. And at the end of it, I got to the end of the story after doing it about 6 times. I was starting to well up again. And I just said, thanks for watching, guys. And I cut it. and I just got through it. I couldn't do it. It was just too emotional, you know. I mean, the way the guy wrote it, it was the love of his life. He'd gone through some turmoil for years before that. He met this girl. She'd been in an abusive relationship. She'd only got together with him to get out of this abusive relationship. They went back to Australia. She ended up drowning, and it was so sad. And what made it even more sad was I put the picture up with that really nice music at the end, and I think everybody who watched it was, you know, they they broke down. I mean, it was sad. It was sad. Whew. Right, Damon, cheer us up. All right, we did that. I need something. Right, who haven't we had in tonight? Ricky says the background says it all. Right, let me go down and get some newer comments here. Hang on. All right. Right, Torchy, cheers to you, Peter. Yeah, I haven't said hi to you tonight. Steve, born to be alive. Juan Carlos, I'm trying to spend 8 months in Thailand. My first time. What's the best visa? 6-month tourist visa, and then what do you do? 6 months tourist visa. I don't think you can get a 6 month tourist visa. Well, I don't know how old you are, Juan Carlos, but I'll presume you're over 50, right? So I'm only telling you what I would do in your situation. So if I was going to go for 6 months or more on regular, I would go for, if you're over 50, I would go for a retirement visa, but make sure you go for the multiple entry, okay? It's going to cost you about £1,000 if you go through an agent, right? But there's no hassle after that. So give £1,000 to your agent, you get a non-immigrant B, you get a retirement visa, you can come and go, and that's good for a year. Now, if you're going on a tourist visa, it isn't actually a visa. It's what you get as a tourist is what they call a visa exempt stamp. So it's a stamp in your passport, but it's not actually a visa. It's a visa exempt, specially designed for tourists. So if you go in from a country like America, Australia, or anywhere in Europe, then you'll get a month on entry. You don't have to apply for a visa. And then you can follow that up with a further 30 days, which will cost you about 1,900 baht. If you want to do 3 months, the best way to do that is to send your passport off to your local embassy in your own country. They'll give you 2 months. It's a very quick process, believe it or not. And you can extend that for 30 days, which is 90 days. Now, be very careful. Don't try to do what they used to do in the old days, which is border hopping, because they got really strict on it. I've known guys who have actually got their stamp in Cambodia. They've come back into Thailand, and the Thai officials said, well, no, we're not letting you back in, or you have to leave the country tomorrow, because them days are long gone. Okay, all the ducking and diving and nipping over borders, and you might get somebody right and say, oh, I did it last week. I'm sure there's the odd case, but really they're tightening everything up. Do it properly. If you're going out to Thailand, the last thing you want to do is worry about people coming after you. If you're going out for 6 months, get a retirement visa. If you're under 50, then you'll have to go out. Get 60 days, extend it for 30 days, go to Singapore for the weekend, and come back and get a month and another month. That's 5 months, isn't it? I don't know. I've always been on long-term visas, always. I've never, the only time I've done tourist stamps is when I go for a little vacation like I did in December, and I had to extend that for 2 weeks. Sorry, I had to extend that. I got it extended till March, believe it or not, but I only needed an extra week because I caught the dreaded COVID. Right, blimey, 1 hour 45 minutes, still going strong. Harold Bishop, joke. What do you call a singing laptop? Let me put that up. That is bad, Harold. That is bad. Right. Okay. If you send your jokes in, I will read them out, guys. Right. Okay. Let's explore Bangkok again. Lots of comments from you tonight. One way to Bangkok from the UK, 0820. Get into Bangkok 0615. That's my flight sorted for next year. I always used to like to take a night flight because it is, I like to sleep on a night flight. So talking pre-pandemic, what I used to like to do was take the 9:30 flight on either Eva Air or Thai Airways, and that would get me into Bangkok the following day at 3:15. But the good thing about that was once I cleared immigration, I went straight to the bar in Heathrow. You'd sit on one of those little round tables by yourself, and there was always someone who'd come on and they'd have a beer and they'd, Thailand, yep, Thailand. And once that guy, like, here we go. And you got talking to that guy, and it was a lot of fun. And then what I'd do is I'd have 2 or 3 beers in the pub in the airport. I'd get on the plane and they'd bring pre-drinks around. So I'd have a lager or whatever. And then dinner would come. Would you like a drink? Of course I'd like a drink. I'd have a glass of wine and, oh, could I have a brandy? And then it'd just go on like that. And in the end, when the trays had gone, you know, I was asleep for like 8-9 hours. I'd arrive in Bangkok 80%. You know, I was okay. Bags in the hotel and away we go. Morning flight. I can't imagine arriving in the morning, though. I know Damon does because he goes up to Buriram, which is a 10-hour drive. His girlfriend meets him and then they drive up there. Right. Okay, I haven't seen you before. D-Clan Omar, is it? I'm sending 400 a month to my Thai girlfriend. She lives in Pattaya. I see 2 weeks every year, but I trust her and she works in Tesco Lotus. Sorry about the smiling and the laughing. I'm not going to say anything more. Good luck to you. Good luck to you. Which Tesco Lotus? I'll check it out to make sure she's there when I go back. Right. I'm still smiling. Was that a joke? Because if it wasn't, I better stop now. I'll get in trouble. Right, Damon. James Casey, just waiting. I'm still thinking about that, what you just said. Right, James Casey, just waiting for the Thai pass and all the crap stuck up your nose, PCR, etc. Then I'm out of here. Been gone for 17 years now, 4 times a year. Haven't seen my Thai partner for 2 years now. Yeah, absolutely, Damon. It's crap, isn't it? I mean, I'm like you. I did go in December and I jumped through the hoops. I will never do it again. I won't do it again. Well, you never say never. If they say it's there for life, of course I'll do it. I'm going to live there. I'll have to put up with it. Right, Anesh Patel. Hi, Peter. Bangkok, my favorite city in the world. So much to do. Love the people, love the culture, food, etc. Yeah, and Ash, it is a brilliant city. It's fantastic. Right, Danish bacon again. Fair play. All right, you're talking to someone else. Right. Did I put that up already? Alexander D. Cheers for Sunday night entertainment. Better than Netflix. I don't know about that. More surprise. Maybe if I have a few more beers, it might be. I'll give it 10 more minutes, guys. I said to Damien tonight when he said, go on, do another stream. And I said, no, I did one on Friday. You know, people will get bored with me if I keep coming on. He was like, come on, you got nothing better to do. And I said, all right, I got nothing prepared. I'll come on. I'll work off what people are saying. I said, if it's crap, I'll just cut it short and say it was a test for the internet. But it's actually going okay. And because I haven't got anything planned, I don't need to worry about it. So, yeah, thanks for joining me tonight. That sounds corny, but I do mean it. Okay, JB, do you have any other hobbies apart from Thailand? My other hobbies include rude Googling and chatting up the checkout girls and Waitrose. Well, I'm a bit old now for chatting up girls and Waitrose, but other hobbies, I've just kind of finished a hobby that I did for 15 years in the UK. A lot of guys already know this. I've actually got a pilot's license. I used to fly. They're called microlights, ultralights if you're in America. But don't get fooled by the old days where it was like a kite and you took your life in your own hands. It isn't like that anymore. Just type into Google Sky Ranger microlight and you'll see they look like an aeroplane. You wouldn't know the difference. And I flew for 15 years, thoroughly enjoyed it. But it's an expensive hobby. And I got to the point now where there's nothing more I want to achieve with it. It's just, you know, so there was that. I do like a good movie. I like watching films. We don't do it now, but my wife and I used to like to go out for a good Indian curry once a week. Who was that? Anash? I don't know where you're calling from, Patel. I think they recently named the one of the Indian curries. Was it the wasn't the Vindaloo or the Madras? Which one was it? They said it was a national British dish. It's an Indian curry, you know. But yeah, we used to like to go out for a curry on a Sunday night, but we don't tend to do it anymore. Shane, Trev has good times for everyone. Speak to him. Okay. I guess you're talking about Trevor in Pattaya. I've been out with Trevor a few nights. He looked after me. Nick Frankel. That's kind of on hold, that one. Not by me. Right. Big Bass 255. We want you to still post these chats because you do a great job. Thanks, Big Bass. I appreciate that. Right. James Hodge. I'm trying to just, before I go, I'm trying to pick out the one. I'm going red, look. Going red. Never go red on a Friday stream. Have another drink. Right, okay. Right, good chat. Time to bed. Catch the rest in the morning. Yeah, it is for me soon as well. I mean, I'm really surprised that so many in, but it's regulars, isn't it, guys? It's regulars. And really nice to see Sheila in tonight. I hope you'll be in again, Sheila, if you're still there. Right. Thanks, Peter. Great chat. Been to Thailand many times. Oh, I read that already. Let me go down and get some of the newer ones. Hey, Peter. Frankel has gone AWOL. No, he's there in the background. Get your picture up again, Frankel. Shows you're still there. Right. Probably having another pizza. Right. Peter, you should turn on timestamps for the comments. Hit the 3 dots top right of chat. Oh, really? Okay. Hang on. Let me turn that off. It hasn't got a timestamp on mine. I've got 2 options. If I go on them 3 dots, because I'm inside a different piece of software, I'm not on YouTube. I'm in a StreamYard. So I have got 3 dots. If I click it, I got 2 options. Put user in timeout or block user. That's all I got. Right. Dee, hey, how are you doing? Nice to see you in again. I've seen you from time to time. You do come in from time to time. You're not in every week, but it's good to see you in again, Dee. If I'm going to a foreign country, I would want to know all negatives before I go. You're doing a great job telling stories, Peter. Right. Thanks, Dee. And you know what? Yeah, you're right. You do. I put a video out recently and it was called 10 Things You Didn't Know About Thailand. It wasn't by me. It was a lady, I think she was a teacher in one of the islands. She wrote this article and she said something like, here's 10 things that people don't tell you about Thailand. And she was going on about, oh, it's always so hot. There's snakes in the garden. The mosquitoes at night. And everything she said that was true. But what I had an issue with that is Thailand's such a wonderful country. There's a lot more positives than negatives. That would have been a better article if she'd have come out and said, right, well, I live in Thailand. Here's 10 things you probably didn't know. And she did that the same. But she said, however, don't worry about that because here's 20 positive things. And that's why I live in Thailand. That would have been a much better thing to do, in my opinion. But yeah, thanks, Dee. You're right. Okay. Jesse Hughes says, oh, can you tell us about Apple? How would I get her to swoop me? Right. You got to be careful. Apple is a Bangkok taxi driver. She's quite an attractive lady. I've known her for some time. She picks me up now. I try to put some business her way. So if you want to be, she'll take you to Patty or whatever. But guys, she's not, she had a guy. No, I'm not going to tell you. She told me not to tell anybody that story. Let's just say this. It would be like calling a taxi in the UK. Female picks you up who's about 40 and you put your hand on her leg. What would you expect to happen? She's not like that, guys. If she was like that, she wouldn't be driving a taxi. She's nice. She's friendly. She speaks some English. She's very polite, but for God's sake, don't mess it up. She's not like that. Right. Franco, I'm still here. People watch. You look so innocent there, Franco. I never see you like that. You've always got that hat on and you look like you're just about to rob me when I meet you down at, the kebab shop. Right. Sheila, you're still here. You must be a glutton for punishment. What I did like from the last stream were the naughty signs, especially nut massage. And I'll tell you what, I still got that. Let's put that up again because I haven't got anything. But this was from Friday. So if you like that, we can do that. That'll give me a little rest. There you go, Sheila. That's just for you. I had to laugh. What Sheila's about 30. She's Asian, right? So if you just joined her, the lady I'm talking to now, she's about. I think you're about 30, right, Sheila? She's Asian, and she has a girlfriend in Thailand, right? I'm telling her story on Saturday. But what she actually wrote to me when she initially sent me in her story, she sent me a picture of her girlfriend in Thailand. You said the name earlier, Mint, right? So I'm not giving anything away, but she's only 22 or something, very pretty. And she actually said to me, she says, look, I'm sending you the picture to give the story some clarification, but I don't want your viewers beating their meat to the picture. And I thought that was quite funny. She said, so don't show it to anybody else. So I don't think anybody's been beating their meat on that one, Sheila. I'm the only one who's got the picture, and I haven't, honestly. Maybe later with a few beers. Joking. Right, Black Bolt, you're still here. Good man. You should ask your followers to list their favorite stories, and you are a good storyteller. Do you know what, Black Bolt? Honestly, I'm not just saying this. I can't remember them because you think about it, right? I've been doing these stories for 2 years, every Saturday. Each story has a minimum of 2, but normally 3 or 4, and some have even got 6 to 8. Well, you calculate that over 2 years. I can't remember them. Like, people write to me and say, what was that story where the guy threw himself off the balcony because that girl did this? He was a school teacher. I'm like, I don't know. But the good news is I've got a book coming out on Amazon, as you know, guys. That should be out next month. There might even be a volume 2, 3, and 4. It's going to be called Thailand Bound: Tales of Love and Loss in the Land of Smiles. And all these stories will be read out, not by me. It'll be all audio. It's all done by Amazon. And I'm looking forward to that because I'll listen to it myself. I might even buy it myself. Right. Did I really say that? I'm not going to buy it myself. Right. Luke Garcia, dog. What happens is I've answered that one. My daughter's going to get that one. James Casey, got you again. There you go. Look, I wasn't ignoring. Damon, you look quite a young guy there, James. How old are you? Well, not young. I presume that's your picture and you've made it up in one of those apps. I'm guessing you're under 40 looking at it. Damien, going to be later in the year, November to end of 2023. Yeah. No more winters in the UK. Yeah. Any more for me. And likewise, good to meet up with a few new faces. Do you know what you find, James? I don't know how often you've been to Thailand. If you've been there before, you haven't. But it's really weird. I was talking to somebody the other day about this. If I was on my own in a pub in the UK and somebody sat next to me at the bar, a guy of my age, and I just turned around to him and said, "Are you all right?" and started talking to him, he'd either think, 1, I'm trying to scam him, 2, I'm a homosexual, or 3, I'm up to no good, right? But the thing about Thailand is that my best friend, he's dead now. I met him in a bar. I just went for a drink at 2:00 in the afternoon in Lucky Luke's on the other side of Big Dogs, and he had a book, and we started talking about the book. He became my best friend, and I actually ended up driving his 2 daughters to his funeral. Can you imagine that? And that's the difference between here and there. You know, when you meet expats out there, though, you got to keep your guard up because some guys there's a lot of scammers, foreign scammers as well out there. It's a lot easier to make friends in Thailand because everybody's on the same kind of wavelength. How many whiskeys have I had? Just the one. Right. Dee again. Of course. Okay, we read that one out. Let's go. Let me go down to some of the newer ones. There's a lot of new ones here that I've missed out on. Oh, coming up for 2 hours now. Let me do this one for you again. No border hopping anymore, Peter. Okay, good. To keep in Thailand, my brother-in-law did 60-day visas over to Laos. Yeah, they really are getting strict on it now. Let me come right down. I just want to get somebody in who I haven't had you in. RJ Austin. Been going to Thailand twice a year. 2005. Went to Bangkok, Krabi and Phuket in January. Never again until the restrictions are relaxed. Wearing a mask in 35 degrees heat and 90% humidity was draining. You know, that I know where you're coming from on that because I was walking down Sukhumvit. I used to pull the mask down, but then you get all these funny looks, don't you? I'm just going to get a few. I'm going to go soon, guys. It's been a good stream, you know. I mean, obviously we've got half the people in we normally have, and everybody's in here now. They're all regulars now, and this is good. But I just want to say hello to a few people I haven't said hello to before I go. So Andy Riorg, is it? Due in Thailand on 20th of May. Fingers crossed they accept. Yeah, not only fingers, Andy. Fingers and toes crossed. Right. Mac, up to me. Yeah, I have a second bag, though. Maybe upgrade seat to get second bag allowance. Yeah, okay. Did I say hi? I said hi to you, Prime. I sent my missus in Samui 500 a month. She says, Mum is sick. I'll speak to me next week. There's a lot of sick buffaloes down there in Samui, Prime 9. Right. Last one from Damon, is it? 255 in the stream, Peter. This is great. Really enjoyed it tonight. And refreshing, Jay. Yeah, well, I will be calling you tomorrow night, Mr. Damon. I'll definitely be calling you. Right, John Hobson. Those airlines have 23, 25 kg, 12 kg cabin bag. They're actually expanding now. They're getting better. You get more now, don't you? Richard, have I said a hi to you tonight? Hello, Peter. I would have gone to mass tonight if I would. All right, I believe you. Okay. I needed a ride to my hotel. Is all right. Got you. Yeah. Frankie, I haven't said hi to you. Frankie W. I have said hi to you, but we'll do it again. 70 things I don't like about Nairobi. That was a mosquito bites I got in the Greenville Hotel. All right. Right. I'm just trying to look for guys I haven't said hello to at the moment, guys, because I've said hello to a lot of the same people. Damon is another Damon here. Watch out for the bar girls. Haha. Yeah. Perry. I didn't know there was a live stream today. Pretty excited since I missed it Friday. It wasn't planned. It's been 2 hours. It's been great. I won't make it a regular thing on a Sunday. I might do a Sunday one, say every 3 months, because then it doesn't get too much, does it? But what I like about tonight, I put a lot of effort into the streams. I get videos, the Ladyboy competition, and everything, and I actually feel a little bit kind of, I wouldn't say drunk, but it's, you know, and I'm just working with you guys on the comments, so it's just casual now, casual. Black Bolt says, please tell me where that Walmart is located. You'll have to get in the back of the queue, Black Bolt. JB, don't forget to shout. Yeah, you like me to say that, don't you? Don't forget to shout Monger's dismissed. Well, I can't tonight because there's a couple of ladies in tonight, JB. We'll do that maybe another time, okay? Don't forget to shout Monger's dismissed, Peter. Otherwise, I won't take my Monger's uniform off before next Friday. You'll have to sleep in it tonight, JB. Right, Bobby, I haven't said hi to you. First time I went to Pattaya was pre-COVID, early 2020 with friends. Wives on a group tour to a place I didn't even know existed. Let's just say the things I saw were more shocking than Pattaya nowadays. Okay. Mac, I said hi to you, didn't I? David, have I said hi to David Boy? Missed you, Peter. LOL. Rerun. I think we're nearly there. Paul Shackleton. Hi, Paul. How you doing? Hit the likes. Yeah, a little bit unscheduled, Paul. Now, there's a new one. Biggest Dickers. Been to Bangkok twice a year since divorced in 2007, but still don't trust the street food out in the heat and the sun. Have you had any problems with street food? I don't eat street food as a rule, like you. It's hot there, isn't it? You know, and the food, you know, the meats are out, and, you know, some people call me a girl's blouse and they swear by it because it's cheap. I don't not eat street food because I'm scared I'll get sick. I just don't find it very appetizing, you know. Right, McLaren. Thank you, Peter. This was an extra content for your sick buffaloes. Yeah, plenty of sick buffaloes out there tonight. I wish I'd have called this stream. I wish I'd have called this channel the Sick Buffalo. Something like idea if somebody wants to do a YouTube channel. Right, we're there. We're at the bottom of the comments there, guys. We are there. A special not thanks, but a special hi to Sheila. I'm going to get in contact with you tomorrow. Sheila, I know what you said to me today about your colleagues and not wanting to do an interview. We've got to work something out. We've got to work something out. Bring you on here or something. I'm sure your colleagues don't watch Thailand Bound. Right. Wait, let's just have anything I've missed here. No, that's it, guys. That's it. It's 2 hours. Frankel, thank you for moderating in the back. You get an extra portion of chips next week. Dame, I'll give you a call tomorrow. Guys, everyone out there, thanks for joining me tonight. I'm half cut, but it's been fun. I'll see. When will I see you? What day is it today? It's stories on Saturday. If you're a silver and gold member, the stories will be out tomorrow. Guys, that's it. I'm out of here.